Good evening. I didn't realise when I said fire up the stream, Johnny, that I'd be here on my own. Can you at least make my avatar small in the corner, as if I'm just a bystander? Johnny, have you just set me up here and you've gone to bed now? You bastard.
No, not far off it. It was a case of you asked, I gave. Can I set you up as a smaller avatar? I don't know.
No, that's good. No, I couldn't. You weren't on there before. I was just massive in the middle of the screen. And I know it's only Lauren Hardy, but I have a certain affinity with them, so obviously everyone knows it's me. Do you think I need to, let's start with that. Do you think I need to change it?
No.
The reason I ask that is that there's lots of clones now of me, and they're actually more interesting and funnier than me. So I thought if I change my avatar, it'll be harder to copy me. What do you reckon?
I don't know what I did. There they are. That's as small as I can get it.
Yeah,
if you, g'day Trev, how you doing? If you want to change your avatar, and like you say, clones, most of the ones that do the clones are not real smart, but anyhow, yeah, maybe do so. Only
in passing, but no, my clones are pretty good. I have a clone that donates to what do they call him? Barry the Boss.
Barry, you have a clone that donates to Barry the Boss.
Yeah.
Well, Barry the Boss would think that was wonderful. Obviously, your clone has got more money than sense and taken the piss out of you because, yeah. But, don't get me wrong. Barry has a channel. He puts out content. Some people enjoy, some people don't. It's the whole part about there's a lot of stuff on YouTube and you either watch it or you don't, or or it shits you or whatever. It's you're not locked in chains and got blinkers on, although I have at times. But g'day, Trev. How you doing, mate?
Hi, can you hear me or not?
Johnny, I couldn't agree more. Hello, Trev.
Hi.
And I don't know why everybody gets so upset about it. Don't misunderstand. I never watch Barry. For me, he's not entertaining. It's not my cup of tea.
I'll be honest with you, mate. I made some comments going back a long time ago, and he banned me.
Right.
And I didn't think they were derogative comments either.
Yep.
Is my mic working?
Probably say, yeah, we can hear you, mate. No problem.
Good.
What do you want, baby? Ask Mummy. Mummy will do it. Yeah, Mama. Ask Mama.
What are you? Are you down the bottom of it?
Give me two seconds.
You're right. Trev, are you down the bottom of a goldfish bowl or something? It sounds like you're blowing bubbles.
Oh, does it? Okay, wait for 1 sec.
Actually, there's nothing more frustrating than you think, oh, yeah, it's all working good, and then you turn it on, it's shit. It is frustrating.
Is it okay now?
Bloody perfect, mate. Bloody perfect.
Okay, good.
So how you been keeping, Trev? All right? Life's treating you well?
Yeah, I suppose, as good as can be. You can't complain, can you? You're alive and kicking. the main thing.
Well, you can complain, but no one will listen. But sometimes
Yeah.
it's good to get it off your chest. This is men's talk, mate. This is men's talk. We had the women's section earlier on, the women's lounge, and now it's men's talk.
I would have
Johnny.
made it man's. I would have made it man's talk. Men in tie, as you know, Johnny, means menstruation.
Yeah,
We have
well,
men.
the
that
whole
man.
part,
Go on.
the whole part about I was just your servant. Can you open a stream up? Men's
I think.
talk.
Hold on. Let me look. I'm going to apologise profusely if that's what I said. Hold on.
Get onto one knee and start doing it now.
MANS.
Mm.
I'm only joking,
Yeah.
Johnny. I don't care what it's called. But
Well,
men in tie,
men in
tie, as you know, it is what the tie is called menstruation. Ladies are on men. So it now looks like we've gone from ladies' talk to talking about ladies' periods. It's not a good sign.
Well, we've all had periods in our life where it hasn't been flash, but how can we say that? All right, the next stream that you require or you would like, I will entitle it. I'm sick of the red dress. I'm not looking sexy anymore.
Yeah, that'll work. Absolutely, no problem.
Do you? Yeah.
So what's new, Trevor?
Not much.
No, wait. What do you prefer being called? Because I don't want to disrespect you. Do you prefer using Jazzy or Trevor?
No,
What do you
Trevor.
like,
My
mate?
real name is Trevor. Trev is.
Yeah, I know, but what do you, Trevor? Oh, good. I'm happier calling you Trevor.
Jazzy's a made up.
You can call me Alice.
Yeah, Alice for sure.
Yeah.
What's that, Alex Freeman?
No, I
As
said
in
Alice.
Free man.
Alice. Alice in Wonderland.
Alice. No, who the fuck is Alice? Was my thinking.
Like Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, okay.
Mm.
No wonder you made mention to a red dress. Yeah, Alice. Who the fuck is Alice?
What a great song. It really is, isn't it?
Yeah, man, it's a legendary song for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's an anthem song,
What's the guy that did it for Children in Need, Trevor?
Bob
think he's
Bob Geldof.
No. It's a British comedian, a really great British comedian.
Dave Allen.
Oh, fuck, what's he called? And he's been really ill. He's been probably 3 or 4 years ago, probably the best comedian we had.
Conley.
What the fuck's he called? I'm gonna have a look. But the guy's really ill. He's got some brain disease. He's not old.
Yeah, that's Billy Conley.
No, he's much older.
No, he's older. I know the guy you're talking about. I can't remember his name, but
put it in. Who sang? Who?
Anyway, Johnny, you're up late. What time is it there? It's like 11 o'clock, is it? 11:29.
Yeah, 11:29. Yeah, Trev. Yeah, 11:29.
I was in Cambodia for a few days. I just had to meet someone like on a quick visit. I was meant to stay longer. I was meant to go to Vietnam too, but it's gonna be cancelled for another 2 weeks. But I was meant to meet Souths in Bangkok. Well, I wasn't meant to meet him. I didn't plan or anything, but I didn't know he was in Bangkok actually because I hadn't got his line or any of that shit. So it would have been nice to meet him. I think Ty Tim was there with him too for a night.
Ty Tim, they're both good blokes. I think
Ty Tim's in Pattaya now, but the first night they came, I didn't know because I was on a bender for a week, so I didn't actually know like what the crack was. So yeah. Hopefully next time. I'll probably meet Ty Tim when he's coming back to Oz before he goes home. But I didn't know.
I need to apologise, gentlemen. I was totally on the wrong track. It was Smokey that sang it, and the comedian, I was thinking of somebody totally different. It was Roy Chubby Brown.
Oh,
Smokey did sing the song Living Next Door to Alice.
Bloody hell, yeah, you're right.
It's really Living Next Door to Alice. Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
But the song you're thinking about, with Alice, who the fuck is Alice?
Living next door to Alice. Alice, who the fuck is Alice?
No. Different songs.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you're right.
Different songs. It was a rock group. Now I'm just trying to think about it.
It was the 70s rock group, wasn't it? I think it was the 70s, late 70s. What's the fucking name of them? There was a couple of, obviously I'm getting mixed up because there was a lot of bands who sang that song, like copy songs. I'm getting confused.
Smokey kind of did, Living Next Door to Alice, but I didn't think.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway.
I didn't think they did the Alice, who the fuck is Alice?
No, I think it's different. Yeah.
Hang on. We'll.
Yeah, I'm not looking again. I messed it up. I got the wrong song at the wrong time with the wrong commit. Oh, so no, I'm not playing anymore. But we know it wasn't Benny Hill because he was the fastest milkman. Fastest milkman in the West. Hold on, honey. Let me turn this off.
Sally called when she got the word. She said, I suppose you've heard about Alice. But I rushed to the window and I looked outside, but I could hardly believe my eyes as a big limousine rolled up into Alice's drive. Oh, I don't know why she's leaving or where she's gonna go. I guess she's got her reasons, but I just don't wanna know. 'Cause for 24 years I've been living next door to Alice. Alice, who the fuck is Alice? 24 years just waiting for a chance to tell her how I feel and maybe get a second glance. Now I've got to get used to not living next door to Alice. Alice! Who the fuck is Alice?
Is that the one, Steve?
Sorry, got hit the wrong button there.
No, you're right, Trev.
I think that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. I think.
We had a version over here, which was along the same lines, but it wasn't this. It was kind of a rip off of the Smokey song.
Yeah, but the Aussies and the Poms, they had like many different versions for sure.
Yeah,
I remember a couple of different versions, at least like 5 or 6 for sure. But what Steve is saying with the charity one or whatever he's talking about, it's a different band, I think, but I'm not sure. So Johnny, how are you keeping anyway? Are you keeping well? You're keeping
good,
mate.
Right? Yeah. The only thing I'm pissed off with, mate, is rain, and that we've had that much rain here. It's not funny. It's absolutely bullshit.
Monsoon rain, is it?
Well, we don't get monsoons down. Yeah, we're in the south of Australia. We don't get monsoons.
Yeah.
We don't get that kind of stuff.
And when is that going to end, Johnny?
Well, it should have well and truly ended by now, but realistically we're just about into the 11th month, and I think it's bloody rained for about friggin' 10 at least.
Would you not fuck off somewhere else when it's like that, or you're just happy the way you are, happy the way where you are?
Probably will, but
Yeah.
we've got a project that's, we've put a lot of money into.
Oh, you're a busy boy then, yeah.
Well, the thing is, nothing much is happening because the weather's been crap. But the whole real part about it is, in 18 months, couple of years' time, who knows? But
Johnny, it's been raining cats and dogs here for the last couple of months too. It's been the worst rain in like years. Rain, fucking torrential rain. So yeah, I know how you feel. It's been like it's just coming into it's stopped now in the last like month or last 3 or 4 weeks. Severe flooding around.
It has, Johnny. It's been.
Bucketing
it's been absolutely right. It's been absolutely crazy here. I mean, I'm very lucky.
The only time I remember.
Right, all right.
The only time I remember.
Am I still muted, or was I talking then?
You were talking.
Me. Yeah.
You're muted
No,
before.
You carry on, Trev. I was quiet for a while, but no, you carry on, mate. Obviously, what you've got to say is more important. What you've got to say is more important than me. You want to talk over me? Carry on. But it's not the way normal people, not the way respectable people have a conversation. That's what I don't understand about you.
Steve, you are muted up to like 30 seconds ago. So I seen your volume mute. You were 30 seconds ago. You muted. Sorry.
So, but then you couldn't hear me talking, so you thought I can still talk up. That doesn't work, Jazz. It's a lot of bollocks. I was
talking.
Johnny heard me. Why the fuck didn't you hear me? I'm sorry, Johnny. Maybe I'm too I'm getting too old for this bollocks. I really am. People show nobody any respect here. They think they can just yak as if I don't know what they think. No respect for other people's point of view. No respect for giving somebody else a chance to talk. I'd be, as you just said, Jazzy, I had been quiet for a while. You were talking about something I was really interested in. You stopped talking. So I was just saying that what you were saying was absolutely right. And I was going to agree with what you were saying. But no, you want to carry on and talk more. Fuck me. Carry on. You carry on talking.
All I was saying, in 2009, I remember that was the worst rain, the worst floods. That's all. This one was pretty bad too. That's it. Well, Steve, I don't know what you're talking about because you fucking yak a lot too, and you interrupt a lot too. So shut the fuck up.
I never interrupt.
Well, I didn't really interrupt you, did I? Ask Johnny. I didn't really interrupt you. Maybe you were gone away.
Okay. Let's ask Johnny.
That's all I can say. It does happen. It does happen because of internet speeds and stuff like that. The lag between StreamYards and YouTube. It does happen. And people don't necessarily mean to do it. You kind of, before you're going to say something, in realism, this is from experience, you kind of have to wait a little bit because of the lag thing. So
it's all Steve's fault, the grumpy cunt.
Steve,
don't get your knickers in a twist. Jesus Christ.
Did you call Steve a grumpy cunt?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Don't get your knickers in a twist, Steve, boy. Fucking hell. Maybe it's your internet connection or something. I don't know. But I didn't interrupt you. That's for sure.
You totally talked over me for about 4 seconds.
Oh,
4
well,
seconds.
4 seconds is not long.
All right, let's see how long it is. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's a fucking long time when you're talking.
Oh, well, how about holding your breath?
Why are you so grumpy, Steve? You're normally chilled out. Why are you so grumpy, lad? You're normally chilled out.
Well, yeah, I can answer that. Yeah,
Spit it out, son.
I've had a bit of a bad day. So yeah, I am
Spit it out,
grumpy.
son.
But
Spit
the
it out,
reason
son.
that I'm not, you see, you're still talking. You've just repeated yourself 4 times with the same word. Spit it out, spit it out, spit it out, spit it out. I was trying to spit it out, but you were still saying spit it out. You only have to say it once.
You had a bad day. I heard you.
All right. So if you heard that, why did you keep saying spit it out, spit it out, spit it out, spit it out? You're getting as bad as Gaza. I mean, at least Gaza repeats himself 7 times every time he says anything.
Spit it
give
out.
up.
Spit it out, son.
Fucking
Spit
give
it out,
up.
Steve.
I give up.
Steve, you're a bit under the weather today.
Look at the bloody the title here, Jazza. It says men's talk, not boys talk. Go and find a channel that says boys talk, and you'll be as happy as Larry.
Actually, there's a question. How happy was Larry? Because I've heard a lot of reference to Larry. He must have been a jovial soul.
Yeah, that would be a great question. There's only a few of us watching. What a great... You'll be able to Google it. There probably was a guy called Larry that won a lottery or something, or what a great question.
Actually, he might have won.
Wouldn't it be? It's a great. I love that sort of question. We've all heard the term "happy as Larry." So why was Larry so happy?
Well, maybe
Brilliant.
just maybe as a scenario that he won the heart of the fair maiden,
Right.
and when he got further down the track and got divorced and she took the house and the kids and the whole lot of it, he wasn't so fucking happy.
Yeah, we don't know. But I'm not going to do it now because I messed up last time I went into Google and got the wrong song by the wrong band with the wrong comedian. And a man has to learn by his mistakes. I fucked it up. I'm not doing it again. But Johnny, those sort of questions I think are brilliant. We have a TV show in England called QI, and it just stands for quite interesting. And the whole point of the half-hour program is to do questions like that. They've got a couple of comedians, who are on every week, and you have a couple of guests. But it's really clever. The things you think you know, you don't really know. My favourite one was...
Chaser.
Say again?
Chaser. You know the Chaser? That one? Is it Chaser?
No,
it's called the new one in the last 2 or 3 years. Or 5 years, I don't know. I've been gone away so long. Chaser, they reach the bar and they go up and up and up.
Yeah, you're on a quiz show. This is more of a talk show, almost sort of a semi-quiz show, but it's a funny quiz show. And
okay.
the question was, they showed a photo of a nuclear family, mother and father, 2 young children, a big SUV in the background, and the children were stroking a Labrador. Perfect English picture. And the question was, if you wanted to reduce the carbon imprint of this family, what would you take away? What would you get rid of?
The wife and the kids.
Yeah, for a couple of nights, for sure. Fucking hell.
No, you're doing it. You're doing it permanently.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The wife and the kids, and just think about.
I didn't say, Johnny. I didn't say financially. I said carbon imprint. You know this.
Yeah, well,
bollocks
that's
thing
what I'm
we're
talking about, because they eat food, they shit, and the whole lot of it, and you've got that extra thing of saving money when you go to the supermarket.
All right. Okay. I've got to be more precise. You can only take one of the elements I talked about away.
All right. The wife's bigger. Fuck her off.
God, I'm choking here. God, Johnny, that shows. Oh dear, that shows so much about you. What do you think, Jackie?
A male
think?
chauvinist pig, you know, because I'm white Caucasian Catholic background, all that kind of thing. I have been branded to be a cunt, so I may as well be one.
Right. Jazzy, what do you think? Or do you want me to run through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements again?
Nah, man, I'm a bit pissed. I'm just listening. Sorry.
All right.
Smashed.
Okay. The answer is shoot the dog. Everybody answers, oh, it's going to be the SUV because it's using gasoline and whatever. In reality,
get rid of the dog. Yeah.
If you're feeding the dog pet food, the processing and the problems that come from that are far outweigh the SUV. Because all the pet food's flown in. The dog is the worst one. So we're going to shoot the dog.
I disagree.
Now, look,
with it.
I don't necessarily believe it, but it was a bloody funny sketch.
Shoot the wife.
Funny program.
Keep the dog.
I would love to have
Dog's
been
the
on
man's
that
best friend.
panel. I would love to have been on the panel when they asked that question and answered exactly the way I just did.
Yeah.
Shoot the wife and the kid.
Shoot the wife.
Shoot the wife. Get rid of and the
Keep
kid.
the dog.
Get rid of them.
Johnny, you would love it if you go onto YouTube and just what's it called again? Oh fuck.
Dog will never leave you by your side.
It's No, I'm just telling you that's one of the. There's many other examples. For example, okay, another one, and my other favourite one is who would win between a fight between a big bear and a lion?
The bear.
Jazzy?
There.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah.
And they've actually done it. This isn't sort of like they're working out. The guy, Barnaby, the Barnaby guy, Greatest Show on Earth, actually did it. He got a lion, he got a bear, and the bear killed the lion in about 5 seconds. Just crushed its head like an egg. And obviously, lots of people bet on the lion, so they had a rematch. Obviously, not with the same lion, but they had a rematch. And exactly the same thing happens. Bears are so strong that a lion just has absolutely no chance whatsoever. And all the bear does
when you think about it,
is grab the head, and what we still bear crush it. It just crushes the head. It's not even a fight. The lion might get in one paw thing, one claw thing, but nothing else. Over in seconds.
Well, the weight of a lion compared to a bear is like completely different.
Yeah.
Just for instance.
It's probably an unfair fight. Probably wouldn't be authorized under the normal fight rules. But I just love questions like that. I don't know why. Like who would? It's like shark and crocodile. Shark. It's interesting.
G'day, Sean. How you doing?
I'm going to shut up.
How are you doing, brother?
I'm talking too much. Jazzy can't get a word in edgeways, and I'm feeling guilty.
Well, there
No,
you go.
you're grand, Danny. Excuse me for interrupting you, dickhead. Sorry if I did.
Steve,
sorry. I'll come back in a minute. I just have to go to 7-Eleven for an old beverage.
Yeah, go and get some more beer, Trev. That's it.
Yeah.
There's Sean's question. Who would win between a bear in a wheelchair and a lion on crutches?
Wow. That's a good one. I like Sean.
Sean's okay.
Yeah.
There's plenty worse.
Unfortunately, Sean, you've got a name very similar to the cuntish guy. So I won't mention his name, and that's the problem. You start and that's what I did just now. I started reading Sean D, and I was so happy that prawn was the third word.
Well, look, I think the other Sean gets treated, a little bit of mistreatment there, but
look, now we don't talk about those sort of things. I apologise. I shouldn't have brought that up.
No, that's okay.
But God damn, no. That's what we were talking about, wasn't it? Before Jazzy came on and
fucked
what were we talking about?
I don't remember.
No, I don't. We're too fucking old for this game, Johnny. We need youngsters.
We do it well, Steve, because if somebody offers some advice like go fuck yourself or something like that, in half an hour's time we've forgotten about it.
That honestly, Johnny, there is a lot of truth to that. There are occasions where I think, oh fuck, I shouldn't have said that. Go to bed in the morning, wake up next up, gone everything, no problem. I don't worry about it a little bit.
In the earlier days of the YouTube thing, I watched P's and Q's and all that kind of stuff. And then I woke up one morning and I thought, fuck this. So I used to have a couple of cans and say what I was saying, very outspoken. Not everybody's cup of tea. Unfortunately for some, they don't like the truth. But, we've moved on from that. But I always said, if I've said something, I don't regret it because it's been in a moment. And to me, it was justified, but not everybody sees it that way. But the whole part about it is it's within context of a discussion.
Yeah. And what you said earlier on, although I sort of poo-pooed it a bit, you're right. It is a weird experience, this, because I consider this a virtual bar. I consider it, I'm sitting in a bar with you and whoever else comes in, just having a chat. And that's how I talk.
Correct. Nothing wrong with that.
Real bar, I don't think anybody has ever disrespected me the same way that you get on here. And it's because they know they can get away with it on here.
Well,
and that's the problem. Go on.
Correctly, you're correct. Because normally, if you're sitting across a little bar table or something with somebody and they were getting a bit mouthy, you just poke them in the snout.
Well, no, I wouldn't even. But Johnny, I'm not a violent man whatsoever. I've just never had it. I think since I left school, I've had half a dozen fights at the very most.
Oh, shit.
I don't poke people in. Go on, give me your number.
I don't know, but half a dozen fights, that wasn't even a decent Friday night at the pub.
Let me work it out, because I do always like to be truthful. I had one where some guy pinched a beer, my beer, because idiots used to do that. You know, if you rock dancing on the dance floor, poor kids would come and pinch your beer you'd left on the table or whatever.
Yeah.
That was one. Oh, one in Southampton. Where, oh, no. Before that, one where I was sort of semi-mugged by teenagers in Gran Canaria. I didn't win that one, but I didn't lose it. What was I going to say? What was the other one? You know, Johnny, I think I lied. I think I can get to 4. I won't tell you the last couple because both of them were me fighting my wife. No, I'm joking. And she won both of them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
On point.
Look, just in case anybody is recording this, that's a joke. I have never had a fight with a woman in my life, excluding Julia, of course.
But the the one thing about it is, era and that when you know, when I was younger, it was construction workers, a lot of multicultural. People worked hard, they earned pretty good money. They, you know, Thursday night, Friday night, people cut loose, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, things did erupt every now and again, like every fucking Friday night. It used to be pretty bloody rough around the pubs around here.
It seems like that one, Australia. I do believe you, because many Australians say the same. Yeah, I don't think you get that from the English. There aren't many English people that will turn around and say, "Oh yeah, we used to fight every night." Every Friday or whatever you're saying. But I've heard many of you say it, so I do believe it. We had football gangs in England that were fairly rough. It was never as bad as anybody said. I took my first wife to watch Liverpool play Wolverhampton Wanderers at Wolves, Molineux. It was the only game I ever took her to. And it was so good because, number one, I said to the copper on the way in, policeman, I'm neutral. Where's a good place? So he showed me to the nice place, and we sat there, I don't know, maybe 50 yards from the corner line or on the big side of the thing. They put all the thugs in a stand to our right. So you had all the Liverpool thugs on one side of it and all the Wolverhampton Wolves fans on the other side of it. And they were throwing concrete at each other, and it was just ridiculous. My wife, I mean, it was a great football game as well. I'm trying to think. I think the score was 4-2 to Liverpool. And then we walked back through the city of Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton isn't a particularly rich city. I know our guys, but I just think it's almost a little bit like, it reminds me of the, what's your famous Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah.
His reaction to it is a little bit like mine. I don't mean that in a macho way, but me and my wife just walked through the town thinking, oh, it's just boys having fun. And that's how Crocodile Dundee looked at it, isn't it? That's not a night. This is nice. And right, I'm gabbling too much. I'm going to get another beer, so I gabble more. You're on your own for about 3 minutes, Johnny.
No, take a few extra minutes. I'll put a song on. I'm going to go and have a gay moment. I'll go and have a fag.
Okay, mate. Back in a bit.
All right. I'll put a song on.
Yeah. No worries. Don't rush. Enjoy the cigarette.
Oh, there's only 10
Take it easy. Take it easy. Back in a bit.
Rightio. We're back. A bit of a shithouse boring music. Yeah, Sean, how you been?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
What's
Sorry,
that, mate?
Johnny. I've just been talking for the last 5 minutes, and I was on mute. I do apologise. But I can remember what I said if you still want to hear it.
Why not?
Right. You were talking about shitty music.
Yep.
And I said, yeah, it's frustrating, but just for farts and giggles, I downloaded lots of music onto my channel.
Yeah,
just
I've
to
seen
see
that.
what was acceptable and what wasn't acceptable. Really, just playing, to be honest, and just to have a record of music that I quite liked. I don't know. I would guess 90 tunes, 80 tunes, something like that.
How many of them were Gary
Worked
Glitter?
out that 15% of those, I did work it back, 15%. These are copyright protected. You can't use these. So I got rid of those. So, okay, so you're going to put it up a bit. There's probably 90 there now. So maybe I put in 120. 15% of those these are copyright protected. You can't use them. The owner forbids you from using them. 15% of them comes up no issues with copyright. The other 70% said this is copyright protected. However, the owner is happy for you to use this on YouTube.
Yeah, you've got to go into their, show more, and it'll have a couple of dots. Put this up as in your description type of thing, so that you don't get hit for copyright. Yeah, there's some of it I watch and look for and whatever that'll like that.
So should I perhaps test it by going live on my own channel and just playing my playlist and see? Because I don't care what happens to my channel. If I can play it on my channel and I don't get zapped or whatever, then surely we can play it here. Okay, so it's only about 3 hours of music, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things like, I was trying to find a platform that had half decent music, you know, as background type stuff, that didn't want exorbitant remuneration. Yes, I found quite a few that didn't want the big dollars, but you know, their product was shitty too.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. But I remember, you know, my old channel, I used to play a tune. And it was only about 4 seconds of it. And I used to get it every week. I used to get a copyright hit. And I used to just type it back. I used to just type back to say, well, whoever's claiming the copyright, they're quite welcome to the monetary value. You know, fight over their 2 fucking cents. Big deal. But the whole part about it, it wasn't a major record label or anything like that. It was some whoever was putting the claim in. And I actually question the legality of the person putting in the claim, of which typically YouTube, I never got an answer.
Yeah. Oh,
but I did that for 2 years. And I just
well, look, Johnny, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a live stream. Well, I'm not going to talk, which is difficult for me, as you know. But I will. I'll simply play my playlist through YouTube and see if I get a strike.
Yeah, well,
I don't care.
You can put it up as you know, load it, put it up, and YouTube will tell you if it'll strike it before you actually put it to air.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I've already done it. It's already on my channel, and I've already got all the things saying this is okay, Steve. You're good with it. So I don't understand. Look, don't misunderstand me, Johnny. I know I'm very naive here, and I don't really follow. But if they're telling me it's all good, I don't. Well, look, I don't know, but I will try it tomorrow. No, I'm not. We're going up to the mountains tomorrow, so I won't do it tomorrow. It'll be Sunday or Monday. I'll do it.
Oh, you're going up getting bamboo, are we?
No, it's nearly the end of the school holidays here, and it's a long story. We wanted a big adventure. I think I might have even told you. I certainly told Andy Bangkok. We were hoping to go to the bridge on the River Kwai. We never got there, Johnny.
You were talking about it, and I showed you some photographs.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course it was. Yeah, it was you. That you were on the stream as well. I haven't told you that. Fuck me. What a disaster. We headed. What the plan was to, because I have a drinking day Tuesday in Pattaya every 2 or 3 weeks. My buddies go every week. I only go down every 2 or 3 weeks. So all right, we do Pattaya first, and we go off to the River Kwai.
Well,
so my little car was absolutely jam-packed because we had me and my wife, my granddaughter, and my granddaughter's friend, who's a bit older, who's sort of almost like a surrogate babysitter for it. It's really cool. And children have much more fun with other children than being on their own with grumpy granddads. But anyway, so we got a car full. We didn't even get, you know where I am, Johnny. I'm in Nakhon, New York. We didn't even get to, we got an hour, not even an hour out of Nakhon, New York, and we hit the floods. Fuck me, I am quite a confident driver. It was ridiculous. It wasn't just deep, but it was rushing quickly at us. broadside on.
Yeah, fast flowing.
You know,
Yeah.
Now, we managed to get through it. Fortunately, by the time we got there, the pothole or the sunken thing in the road had already eaten the car, and they'd pulled the car out. So they had workmen, he had half a dozen workmen there sort of directing us around. We couldn't see anything, because that's a big problem. If you have a flood, it's not so much the water, it's just you have no idea where you're heading into a pothole that is 6 feet deep or nothing. You know what I mean? And
Well, that's
go on.
correct.
And
I'll
that's
just say-
a big problem.
You know,
Go on.
that was a part. You know, that was a part of my job for a lot of years, to put up signs saying "fuck off, dickhead, don't drive through this."
Yeah.
And then when the water went down, you know, some of the washouts, you know, they could be 12 feet deep.
Yeah.
You know,
And one car had been hit by it, and obviously that had sort of caused alarm. And we saw the car pulled in, you know, off to the side of the road a bit further on. They dragged it out, and they were filling the hole up, because Thais are really clever at this. I mean, they repair stuff so quickly. Maybe not last for years, but they do repair it bloody quickly. And they were filling the hole up and sort of we sort of zigzagged through the obstacles of this. But it was a bit worrying. And also, excuse me, we have an we have an automatic car.
yeah.
God, I wish I had a manual where you could rev the engine. It's the first time I've been through a flood in an automatic car. You can't do nothing. You've got no control over the thing at all. You can't rev up the engine unless you sort of flick it into neutral. And I did try that, but it didn't sort of... Right, I'm going to stop now. God, I am turning into a fucking whinger, aren't I? But I'll finish the story. Obviously, we survived it. We got down to Pattaya. I had a great time. There's another story about that, but we had a great time. And then we got a phone. We were going to go back on the... We were going to go back on Thursday. I'll explain that later. And so on Wednesday, we said to the hotel, right, we're going to book for another night. We're going to stay Wednesday night and we'll go back on Thursday, go home on Thursday. About an hour after it's only 20 quid. After an hour, we paid it. We got a phone call that a member of my wife's family was in hospital. Had been rushed into hospital. A close member of her family. So it was fucked.
Haul ass and
I
get
didn't
home.
fancy going to Bridge over the River Kwai. And between you and me, Johnny, and how many people are watching now? And the other one person watching, I wasn't too upset that I didn't have to drive all the way up to the bloody river over the River Kwai with all the floods.
Well, from Pattaya to drive up, you got to drive through Kanchanaburi. It's it's a fair hike anyway.
Mm.
But
we were looking forward to it. You know, we were looking forward to it. Last sort of summer holiday before the children go back to school. Not summer, you know what I mean. Last holiday before the kids go back to school, and looking forward to it. But no, it just don't misunderstand me. I had a brilliant time. I had a great time in Pattaya, as I generally do. It didn't work out badly. But, so, yeah, the reason for telling all of that story is this is the last weekend, Johnny. So we're going to go and have a sort of family time up in the it's not real mountains, but we've got the river here and all the families go there. You sit and eat chicken and drink beer and watch kids play in the rapids of the waterfall. It's good fun.
yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Have you tried you tried your hand at the throw nets, have you?
No. I've done very little fishing here. So no. You
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, I look. I used to go out around some of the streams and find myself a little spot and set up camp, and the esky was always with cold beer and that was always there, and just out with the throw net and a few casts and see what happened, and then have a little sip and a cigarette, and then have a few more casts. And,
by a throw net, do you mean what I've seen the Thai locals doing, where they actually get in the water and do the throw net? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like me. You're a braver man than me.
But I usually find a structure or something, and I've got to have a rope on mine, and then you throw the net and sinks down, and then just pull her in and see what you got.
It's not my idea of fishing at all. That's almost trawling, isn't it?
Well, it is, but I've done it there when the water's come up a bit and got a bit of speed about it. I've put a gill net across.
Right.
That's cheating, but as far as sitting down with a trout rod and a few casts, well, forget that, because it's just not going to happen for you. But as far as
I'll explain why I haven't done anything. I only fish for pleasure. I'm not fishing to catch, because most of these fish are pretty fucking horrible in rivers. I'm not talking about sea fishing. We're talking about rivers. They're pretty bloody horrible. I'm not going to eat one, so I just want, because I just like the idea of fishing. I've been fishing since I was an 8-year-old kid. I love fishing. I like trying to work out how to catch. I like everything about it. What bait's going to work, or what should I do here? It's just quite interesting. And catching one, I know it's a dumb fish, and I shouldn't be pleased when I catch one, but I am really pleased when I catch one. I think I'm cleverer than you, you sod.
Well, the thing is, it's the part of the sport is your brain against the fish.
Yeah.
And it's a battle of wits. You're giving it food, and you're making it, into a delectable item that they really want to have, that, so that you can catch them and turn them into food that you want. But it's a battle of wits. It is a battle of wits. I used to do a lot of fly. I used to do a lot of fly fishing. And which fly am I going to use, and what's going on around me, and all the rest of it, And
did you make your own flies as well, Johnny?
Yeah, I used to tie flies.
That's a skill. I had a good mate who that was almost the best part of the job for him. He'd work out how to make it look like the real thing. Sorry, I interrupted. I did interrupt, Ben. I didn't mean to, but yeah, I just remember he was a really good friend of mine who loved fly fishing.
I learnt off an American, and he loved his "G'day, Anna, morning. You going shopping, Anna? Make sure you buy plenty of grog, plenty of beer." Steve's just about run out. And he showed me about that, and quite a few things. But in the other thing, ladies' chat was blocked. I don't know why. I don't know why the ladies' chat was blocked. Well, I'll just have a look, see if I've got a stuff you message from the powers to be. No stuff you message. Yeah, very interesting, Anna.
What's she saying? I missed it. Ladies' chat was blocked. Really?
Yeah, it's got me bugging. Why? Oh, maybe the Canadians have got a copyright. Well, the actual background music is copyright free.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Maybe.
Well, I'll have to. That's on our brand. That's on our brand thing. So I'll have to. Maybe we'll have to take that out. But it is best copyright free music. So yeah. I'll be honest with you. I've had a guts full of Google and friggin' YouTube and there's shit.
Yeah.
What works for one doesn't work for the other, and all this kind of crap.
Can we just finish the fishing story?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll forget about it. It'll disappear into the ether.
Now this bloke.
Well, I was hoping you were going to be me, but no, you go first.
The thing about it is, the fella that he taught me how to properly use a fly rod, and how to tie flies. And he said,
right.
well, you can make something. Hello, Robert. How you going? The whole thing about it was look at the environment and what type of the time of the year it is, and the bugs that the fish are eating. That's what you've got to mimic,
Right.
It took me
quite a skill. So I mean, and I enjoy that sort of thing. I never got into it, but let me just tell you why I don't fish in Thailand. I'm fishing for fun. There are many people in Thailand fish to get their evening meal, and I'm a bit shy to go to the river with my super reel and my pretty damn good rod, fish when I'm only really doing it for fun of it.
I wouldn't.
Go on.
I wouldn't, because the chances of you catching a decent sized fish is about zero.
Yeah, that's very true. I'm actually quite a lucky fisherman. I tend to do okay, only by luck. But yeah, I'm a lucky fisherman.
Like I say, when Thailand, for instance, as far as pla, the freshwater fish, I really enjoy snakehead.
Right.
I think they're a very good eating fish. Yeah. But as far as the cast net, the little ones which they make the fish cakes out of and all that kind of stuff. Right. The mother-in-law, she's ecstatic when you bring home half a
they
half
really
a bucket
are.
of them.
Yes.
And the other part about it is, I'm quite happy because I've gone out kind of on my own, had a couple of beers and amused myself, and No stress, no nothing. Fantastic.
Well, you know, all around Pattaya they have and John Tien, they have fishing lakes where you can catch really big fish.
You catch and release, though.
Yeah. And the Thais absolutely hate it. It's just so against Buddha. And you'll watch the guy who's bought his new Thai girlfriend, whatever, and they're just not interested in it whatsoever. They quite like the idea that they can sit there and eat. But the fishing part, the whole idea of catch and release to a Thai is just ridiculous.
That's correct.
It's they have no understanding of it whatsoever. And I can understand, because I explained to him, why do you want to put the fish through that possible pain? And they do believe that the fish goes through pain and shit. And the Thais aren't really sensitive towards animals. Why would you want to do that unless you're going to finish it and eat it? They just don't understand at all.
Well, it's more along the lines of, why are you wasting your time when you catch it? That'll feed half the village, and you let it go, and you paid money to do it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just it's one of the great difference in cultures. And just for anybody that hasn't been there, you can go fishing, and you don't need to do anything. You'll have a young boy who'll come and cast for you, and then he'll bring the fish in for you. So it's always like robotic fishing. It's just crazy.
You're back again, Trev.
Trevor.
Yeah, buddy. Just went to the shop.
How much have you stocked up with? You
Um,
said you were going
I
to
don't-
get beer.
Well, beer, I mean by the fucking rum. I don't drink beer.
All right.
Just the rum. It's easier to handle, you know. You don't have to get beers every 2 seconds and 7. So.
But doesn't it give you bad dreams? Weird dreams.
Yeah, it does when I give it up.
It's not only bad
that,
dreams. It's not only bad dreams, Trev. It's trips to the hospital to get patched up from falling down and stuff.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. That in my
No,
Even if
quite
you said-
genuinely, Trevor, I'm not joking. When I drink Samsung Coke, which is rum, Samsung is rum. When I drink that, I have the weirdest dreams. Just ridiculous. Like something.
Yeah, but-
I'll give you the best one. There's a car full of brown bears. A car, 4 brown bears in the car, and I'm getting angry with them because they won't let me in the car. Now that is a weird dream, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're not fucking hard. Like you're normally a beer man, aren't you?
Motherfuckers.
Hello.
Hello,
How are you?
hello, Mr. Din Dins. Did you kill everybody? Did you?
Just smile.
Who's this?
Was
Oh, Z. Fuck off, you cunt.
Did you, burn,
Who's this? What do you mean, who's this?
did you burn the house?
No, I did burn the house down, dude.
That's the man. That's the main thing.
No, he put some Prozac in the feed and gave it to the kids, so they're all sleeping very well for the night.
Fuck if only.
You
So
can't
what's your weirdest dream, Z?
I think I got done reading a comic book during the day the family member had, and it was all about the world ending, of fucking, the fire consuming the earth and all that shit from Revelations in the Bible. And I went to bed that night and I had this dream where everything was going ape shit, and everybody that you could think of was trying to sell the last of what they had in me nan's backyard for some reason.
Right.
And then the sky started turning red, and everything went ape shit, and the animals just fucking vanished, and there was no sound. And then the
Bloody
sky opened. All the clouds are coming towards one spot right above our heads, and then the sky opened up. Then it was like just a big fucking hole in the sky, pitch black hole, and everything was getting sucked up out of it, and that was the end of the dream.
Oh, so you got sucked in.
That's a pretty
Sucked
vivid
in.
dream, though. It's impressive.
Another
that's-
one I had right before a relationship ended. Me and the girlfriend at the time, this nurse I was going out with, we were in the car heading down a road called Orrong Road in Perth, and we're cruising down that, and we're heading south on it, and every other fucking their dog is going the other way, and we're like, fucking, what do they know that we don't? And then the direction we're driving in,
Wow.
you see a fucking ute go off.
Bloody
So,
hell. I
it's
thought
a bit
mine was
prophetic.
good. I think you won this battle of dreams. Jazzy.
I've had some more fucked up ones too, but I can't remember them properly.
My
Jazzy.
one in general, it's a reoccurrence all the time. It's someone chasing me, breaking in the house and chasing me up the stairs with a knife. That's
Well,
my reoccurrence.
That's an advertisement for buying a shotgun, Dan.
Yeah, true.
Uh, when they're chasing you, are you running away in just your underpants?
I'm in my PJs. Yeah, in the PJs.
Yeah. That's cool. That is the archetypal stress stream.
It's called paranoia.
Oh, you're an
G'day,
archetypal
Mark.
stress
Welcome.
fucking creator.
Hey, John.
Hi,
Oh.
Mark. How are you doing?
Mark,
Hey,
have
Chris,
you
all right?
have you had any weird dreams in your life, Mark?
Well, I thought this was ladies' night, so I come on the pool, but it looks like it's men's night.
No.
Came on to pull.
And it's ladies' night, and we're
I'm a Lucas, not
feeling
you,
right.
Mark.
We're on here at the moment. Five lads.
The ladies that actually wanted that mentioned for quite a few, why don't you open up the stream so so the girls can get together and have a bit of a talk? So, well, why not? And half of them over on another channel having a real bitch fight.
All right. Well, I don't do those other channels anymore, so I wouldn't.
Well,
fuck
I don't do that. And the only reason I know that is because my cohorts here.
Oh, no, you can say my
messaged me
name.
to tell me.
I told you, Johnny, it was me. I told you it was kicking off.
Yeah, well, and then somebody else chimed in and said, I haven't really got much time for that, but I'll have a look.
Who would do that?
Anyhow, doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. And then
Nothing really matters.
I'll be honest, I was sitting around here myself and I thought, shit, I haven't watched a couple of thingos that I'd like to watch for a few days because I spent too much time on PooTube. But at the end of the, and I closed the stream down and Steve said, open up another stream and call it Men's
right back,
Talk
Johnny.
because, no worries, because he was sick of wearing his red dress. He was like a cock in a frock and a rock.
Cock in a frock and a rock.
It worked out well anyway. It worked out well. That's the main thing,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, I've got, 3 weeks to go, and I'm back in Thailand. Thank Christ. So, yeah, 3 weeks.
For the sunny, for the hot.
Well, I'm going to try and get back for Loikatong, but I don't think I'm going to be quite there. I think it's the day I land, actually. To be honest with you, Jazz.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing.
No, I like
Loikatong.
Yeah, I like it. I really do, especially with the family and that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. In that way, yeah.
I can understand that, Mark, but just think of the money you'll save.
Well, up where we are, it doesn't cost that much, John. I mean, it's.
I know that. I'm just taking the piss, mate. I'm just taking the piss.
I love it too, but after 13 or 14 years straight, it's like, oh fuck. I just tell the wife and the son to go. That's about it. It's a nice thing, but it's more about family and more about you have a feed, chill out.
That's why I like
good.
it, because me and the granddaughter could make a katong, a couple of them and all that,
Yeah, my son does it in school every year. It's good.
Yeah.
Uh,
But now we've moved out into the sticks. It's a bit different. They sort of put a paddling pool in the temple.
Yeah.
He took it in
Well,
there.
Hang on. They've had plenty of rain up there, Mark. You don't need a pool because all the paddies, all the rice paddies will be flooded.
No, it has been. There has been a lot around. Not so much around where we are, but out on the farm, there's a lot of rain. She hasn't told me. I don't ask about the farm, as you know, John. It's none of my business. So I just let her get on with it.
As I was telling Steve, Steve knows. I interrupted Steve a little while ago. It's probably the worst rain I've seen since 2009 here. 2009 was a really, really bad, but this year seems, maybe I'm wrong, but since I've been here, it's been fucking awful. Like this year, it's been like fucking bad. Floods everywhere, all over the gap. Yeah, it's finished now anyway.
The 2009 and the 2011. I think it was 2009 or 11. I can't remember.
2009, sure.
Yeah, like a twat. I got the bus from, because the trains weren't running very well, were they, up towards the north, because they were all flooded. So I got a bus. I had a big fuck off suitcase, and they said you can't put that up in the bus. So they put it in underneath. I thought that might be airtight. Yeah. I said, fuck, I got it out, opened it up. It was full of water. Right. Like, oh shit, that was a new wardrobe for that one. But yeah. But that was bad though. The 2009 one, Jazz, that was, because we were in,
oh man, the worst.
Near Bangna, Raclaban, and that we were staying there, and there was pumps everywhere. Jesus Christ.
And even the Dum Young area, like the domestic airport, that area was like you need a boat for at least 2 months. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Do you remember fishing off the malls? They were all fishing off the malls.
Yeah. But that was actually, when I arrived in 2009. So that was when the red shirt and all that shit was happening and the floods were happening. So I was saying, what the fuck? I arrived from Oz and New Zealand. I was saying, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, but
because I arrived I had to stay longer because they had that sit down in the airport at Savannapum.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get back because they weren't letting anybody near the airport. Of course, then they had that.
Yeah, dude.
Down the road, didn't they? And all that.
But that's my first year in 2009. I arrived from New Zealand and Australia. That was my first year coming here. And man, what the fuck was going on? I stayed in Kosan Road the first time I arrived, and there was like, there was guns going off and fucking all over the gaff in Victory Monument outside Kosan. The army was in. I thought of because I never watched the news about Thailand when I was in Australia and New Zealand. Never. Right. I just came with my friend, stayed for a month or two, and then fucked off back to Ireland. Then came back straight away. But I didn't know anything about politics or anything about Thailand. Zero.
You're right. That was my second. And I didn't either. And I bought. Remember they were wearing the yellow shirts. Well, I didn't realise at the time the yellow shirts were royalists. I just liked the shirt. I like the emblem. Yeah. So I bought one.
Yeah.
I didn't wear that shirt very often.
Mark, the easiest thing to play it safe, you wear the pink shirt, the pinky colour shirt. No one takes offence to that. But look, in the Kunsawan area, I ran into a bloke at a market, and he was kind of vocal about Cinewatts. And I said, well, I kind of agree. I said, because they've been stealing off the people for years. Their family are nothing but parasites. We were supposed to get good money for rice, which we sent in, and never got sweet fuck all.
Mm.
And we're not talking 1 or 2 tons. We're talking, buddy, 40 ton.
Oh, fuck. Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Large amount.
Millions of baht worth of rice, and we never got fuck all for it.
Which is the reason I no longer I tried to get years ago, get involved with the farm. I no longer get involved with it. She starts talking about it, so it's your problem, not mine. It's your problem. You got an agent, let them take care of it. Well, first, John, you remember we talked about this. Well, I talk a little bit about it. The first agent we had, he ran off with all the money and ended up hanging himself. Then it was like, that's it. I don't want nothing more to do it. I'll walk out there now and again go out on the bike, walk around it like Lord shit, saying, "Oh, this is all mine." Well, it's not mine, but they fuck off again. And never see it again. But I got no interest in it anymore.
I think in person, you have to understand, like, it depends what background you're coming from. If, like, a lot of people know about, like, the farming industry or whatever, like, it doesn't matter, even if they don't live in Thailand, they know. But for me, my missus is a city person. I'm a city person, so I wouldn't have a clue about farming. I think if you have an inkling of farming, have an idea about the fields, the rice field, all that shit, for sure.
Yeah, because I come from an agricultural background, you see, but of course, worst thing you do is tell them not to do it that way, do it this way. It might be easy. So so now I don't even go there anymore. She's got her the farm has a separate bank account, and it's done by the Pink Bank, whatever they're called, which is the Farmers Bank.
Yeah, Farmers Bank. Yeah,
you put the money in, then you borrow the money. It don't seem to make any money. What I can understand, you put the money in, then you take the money out to replant it or whatever, and that's the way it works. So if you want to borrow money for a new piece of machinery or something like that, you borrow it from there. I can't remember the name.
This year was pretty bad with the agriculture. It flooded everything, man. It fucked up everything, for sure. 1%.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching the weather. It's not been good, I gotta say.
It's actually now, it's the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, there's no rain at all, really. Not that I see anyway, in my part of the country. I'm outside, I'm in Nonthaburi, the suburb of Bangkok, so I haven't seen rain in a while. A little bit, but not too much. So I think it's already gone now, the rainy season. Sure.
Yeah, you just got the chill season now. Today, well, at the moment it's 26 there, so it's quite nice.
Yeah. Well, it was more than 26 in Nonthaburi. I think where Steve is probably more too. I suppose it depends. But
I'll make a computer here now. It just shows me the update on it every so often. It's
but today,
yeah. Which is quite nice. The reason why I come now, it's not
cool.
It's cool. It's like an English or British summertime. I can get on and do stuff.
How long are you staying for, Mark?
I'm only staying for 3 weeks, Steve, because I've got to come back and have a hip replacement.
All right.
I'm booked in for over.
All right.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, chap.
Yeah, it's all come, but it's been going. I wouldn't say it started off with a pain in my arse, and my left arse, old cheek.
What, you knew Jazzy before this?
I've known him for years. No. I've known him around the blocks. He's been around the blocks a few times. And it's got worse. And I've just went for an X-ray about, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, and just got told, it's, for a better word, it's fucked. You've got to have a new hip.
Hell.
So, yeah.
So what your plan is, you're landing in Suvarnabhumi, and then you're going straight to Isan, are you?
Yeah, straight home. Yeah. I did actually book a hotel in Bang Na, the Novotel, But
Bang now.
yeah, she threw a bit of a wobbly. I said, no, I don't want you to stay. We don't want to stay in hotels. You come down
Straight.
to
Come back. Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
So my brother-in-law come down and pick me up in his van, and we'll go straight home. So it's only about, well, when I come down on a Sunday, it should be reasonably quiet. So we should get home in about 4 hours, you know, maybe 5.
4.
Yeah. Probably stop for something to eat or whatever, you know. Got to feed him.
I would have just got a plane, man. I would have just got a fucking flight straight from when you finish, and it's only an hour flight to whereabouts are you going? Where's your close?
I'm in between Korat and Konkan, which I did say to my missus, oh well, we'll fly up. I used to do that. Fly up, you know, and I used to fly up, and then we used to stay in the Pullman up in Konkan.
Yeah.
Because I get that for fuck all, and then travel down on the train the next day.
Yeah.
But she said no. Well, all right, I don't.
It's only 1,000 in Cernapum or Dumyoung, 1,000 bahts. Yeah, but then you have to drive it. So I suppose they want to meet you at the airport.
Well, I keep telling her don't come, because you know, just get my brother-in-law to pick me up. But no, they got to come, haven't they? I don't know why. Fucking hell, come all that way. Say hello.
I would probably
back.
Cheeky night for a night or two on your own before you fuck off to Isan.
No, not with my hip. I would have done without my hip, but with my hip.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm not using a walking stick at the moment, and I'm gonna need one very, very soon. But I'm trying not to, you know, I'm all right. I'm 60 years old, but I don't want to be doing a walking stick. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck me. That's a 70-year-old shit.
It's a lot of pain, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of pain, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
What's the recovery period that the doctor suggested after the hip replacement, Mark?
Well, it's a bit strange because you have it done. Say you have it done in the morning, they don't keep you in. You're out. You go out. Then
No.
You're out the same day.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, you're literally out the same day. Now, it depends how intense the physio is, but some people it's 2 weeks, some people it's 3 months, you know?
Well, yeah. I was thinking you're going to say, well, Steve, I've got three weeks in the hospital and then 3 months recovery talk thing.
No, these
You're
days,
telling me, bloody hell. That's
these new hip
astonishing.
things, they're ultra modern, not like the old days, you know, back 30, 40 years ago. These are all tungsten, high steel, bloody whatever, you know, and it literally slots in. And the surgeon can rattle these in and out 1 hour, you know.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all.
Because fair play to the NHS, they're sending me private. So,
right.
When I come up,
have you had to wait long for it, or
no?
From what you say, it sounded like it's been fairly.
It's very quick.
Quick. Yeah.
They give me option of 5 hospitals. One at Tetbury, one at Bath, one at Rawton, my main hospital up here, and somewhere else. The Rawton one is Nuffield, which is a private one. So when I come up, because I told them obviously I'm going to Thailand, they said, and I've got the date when I come back. So 2 days after I come back, I'm up there. I go for the review, and they're saying, yep, as long as it's all okay, probably over Christmas you're done. And that's the same.
And how long did it take you? Because I know, like, you know, there's a lot of backlash in UK, Ireland. How long did it take you? Like, you obviously had it organized months before you got it done.
No, as I said, I had the X-ray 6 weeks ago, and the ball started rolling then.
Super good.
Yeah,
My mother, she has all the private insurance, everything, all the top notch, and like she has a huge problem with her discs and nerves and all this. She has to get injections in her in the back, in the spine, every couple of months, and like she's having huge problems even like getting like booking appointments, and she's been on it for months and months in like the last year and a half. Crazy.
I will admit, Jazz, seeing a doctor for an appointment, it's been a nightmare. But
Yeah.
once you're in the system, you're in the system. So I saw a doctor 3 weeks ago. So she upped my medication, and what I call the ganja pills, because they make you tired, dry mouth, and make you sleep. but then I've got so I don't need to see her now. So the next appointment I got with her is Tuesday. It's on the telephone. And that's what happens now. It's just once you see them once, it's telephone. You talk through it. If you need a prescription, she does it there and then. You just go and get it from the pharmacy. And Tuesday was the last conversation I'll have with her before I go to hospital. So it's really good.
Yeah, you don't go into the gas.
Do you?
It's online, isn't it?
I went to the local surgery, but from now, because what they do in the UK now to make an appointment with a doctor, well, my surgery anyway, you phone on a Thursday, okay? The only day they take appointments is Thursday for the following week, but if you have an emergency, they will see you there and then. So that's the system now. But it's
Mark, are you? This is not your sort of your general GP. It was just a random GP, because I do believe that if you've got a good relationship with your general practitioner, you know, your normal doctor, they have superpowers to be able to push you through. But you're saying no, it's not that. It's just worked well for you.
Yeah, well, this doctor I've never seen before. It's a woman,
Right?
Never seen her before, but she works at the practice I go to.
It's a great story. Great story. I don't mean story in, you know, I just mean it's really lovely to hear.
And I mean,
all we ever hear is all the horror stories where it's 6 months, 12 months. Yeah.
When you think about it, what was it, 7 weeks ago now, my dad had a heart attack, got rushed to hospital, and
sorry to hear about that.
Oh, that's okay. He's old. Don't worry about it. He's old. but the NHS has been fantastic to us. You know, the family. You know, he's home now, but he's still in a wheelchair. He can get to the toilet and go back and forward and all that. You know, doesn't need to wear a pamper anymore and all that. I mean, mother's been taken care, but she could pick the phone up, get a nurse, a doctor there straight away, no problem whatsoever. That's what it's been like. They've been brilliant, the NHS. I can't understand why these people moan about it and everything. We've had nothing but good service, you know.
As I said before, like even in Ireland, the same. Like was like there's a huge waiting list, man. Like even like so I don't know if you got lucky or not or something, but I heard of huge backlogs. Like I have a few friends in UK, and obviously my mother in Ireland. She was talking about this. And she's been the long-term doc, like with the same doctor, and she has severe, like, how can I say, nerve problems and everything. And like she can only see her doctor every while. If she wants to see it straight away, it's impossible. And she has the best healthcare ever.
But also just depends how big the practice is. You know, the surgery. If she only got a very small surgery, then you know they obviously can't go. You know what I mean? I've got quite a big surgery with a lot of doctors in there. But when they refer you, what I'm saying though is when they refer you, you must do the referral, because otherwise that's what happens. The problems start happening then. You can't say, I can't make that day, or I can't get over to that hospital or whatever. You've got to take it, because then you'll be pushed back down the queue. You know, you must take the referral. So
that was something that always interests me. They always said, "Oh, we practice medicine here." And I said, "Well, let me know when you get it fucking right, and I'll come back."
Never get the right.
But don't believe all what the mainstream media put up all the time about it. yes, okay, that they are under pressure, a lot of the staff, but they're coping okay. You know what I mean? They're always, when I was in the hospital with Dad, always helpful, always nice. You know, not a problem.
Nice to hear a good story.
Yeah, but Mark, the next time you go to the airport, you're going to virtually have to carry a letter with you saying, you know, on the metallic man, because you'll be going through the thing as the bells and fucking whistles will go off, and there's a righto. What do you got on you, pal? Strip naked.
Yeah. Well, remember they had those machines. Jazz, remember in Heathrow, they had those machines where they used to spin around. You stand inside. You had to do the star. I did that. Call for that one. Because I said to the woman, I said, "I want to see my nuts, is it?" She went, no.
But that's super new. Like, it's only in the last, like, Steve probably knows it too. It's only in the last while I've seen them.
Oh, it was years ago. I was like, shit, must have been
I think well, I haven't been home, like,
7
I only
years
come
ago,
home
8 years ago. But they've taken them out
yeah.
now because well, they just took them out. A lot of people complain, and because I said to her, "What happens?" She said, "You'll get a red X." I said, "What? You get a red X if you're not going? If you get a green tick, you're all right." Oh, fucking hell!
Sounds like primary school, doesn't it?
I got a green tick.
Yeah. Oh, you got a gold star. You got fuck all
I
star.
got
Piss
after
off.
Sorry, gentlemen, I'm just away, but I am intrigued. Are you talking about what's going to happen when you go to Thailand next time? Because you're going to have a bit of metal in your hip, yeah?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've got it.
I would guess you have to give them an X-ray or a certificate saying it's not a gun; it's just still hip. I don't know, no idea.
Steve, because I'm old now, and I've got my travel insurance through Saga.
Right.
I've put myself into a wheelchair, and then they're going to give me a lounge. So I've got
Yeah.
I'm being chauffeured all the way.
No, that's
the thing.
That's
Exactly.
exploitation. That's exploitation.
Straight past the queues from the airport. You have it for sure.
I'm having the first.
It's good. I've experienced it, not with myself, but with other people. Once
I've
you
met a
can
few
get into that wheelchair, it's lovely.
Met a few lads who done it. For
That's
sure.
That's why they sell broomsticks, so you can shove it in the fucking wheels of the wheelchair.
Yep. So I'll be first class pushing all the way.
Isn't it funny though? Isn't it funny that they push them onto the aeroplane? They get priority service. They get onto the aeroplane. They're up walking around backwards and forwards to the fucking toilet. Never a problem.
Absolutely.
None of that.
Yeah.
VIP.
And I've done my normal thing on the airplane, which always gets me served first, which I always order a low cholesterol meal, and I'm always served first before everybody else because they don't want to fuck that up.
I used to get a halal meal.
I bet you did.
We're not going to mess with you.
And bang, you're right. You get then you say, what beer you got?
What airline? Johnny, what airline was that?
You mate, welcome.
Good evening, afternoon, wherever you are.
Are you?
Mark, I just want to ask you another question. What airline are you flying with?
Oh, EVA.
From UK. Oh, okay. And do you find it? You booked it like months in advance, or do you find?
No, I've been looking for all year, obviously, because I knew I was coming back, Jazz. But it was one time it was $2,000, and they went. I'm talking an economy here as well. Well, in the end, I got economy, and I've got it for $1,000. Yeah, it was $1,000.
Oh, that's not too grand return. Because I went, I went home 4 months ago. I think Steve went home too. Like mine was I don't know, like, I don't know how much it was because I had my son too, but like it was very, very cheap for sure. And I think Steve, you went home a month after me, wasn't it? Something like that.
I went back beginning of May. No. I tell you, I went back May the 9th. For 3 weeks. And I didn't know how long I was going to stay, so I booked 2 single tickets. One cost me about $550. The second one cost me about 650 quid.
That's what I'm saying. It's cheaper from your end.
It wasn't that, but I tell you how I just booked direct with Thai Airways.
They're cheap. They are cheap.
And it wasn't that scary at all.
I like Qatar because they have a great transfer system, and when you reach Qatar, so it's a transfer airport, Qatar. So it's like very simple.
Yeah. I mean, you say did that £1,000 include your son, or was it you were getting about £1,000 for you?
On the way out, it included the 2 of us, but on the way back, it was a little bit more. Not a huge amount. But
so you're saying one way as well. So yeah, for me, I mean,
I didn't know when I was coming back.
Exactly, yeah. It used to be much more expensive, almost the same bloody price to do a single as it was a return. I was shocked that it was
a huge difference.
It was good.
Steve, before COVID on EVA, you could for £1,000.
Can we call them Eva?
Eva, all right, Eva. That was the Premier seat. This is for £1,000 now. You're in the bucket seat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes,
sure.
yeah.
I looked at the Premier and they wanted nearly £2,000.
Yeah.
Double.
No, the Eva. It wasn't called the Premier before. I'm trying to think what it's called.
It's business class or first class, I think.
No, they've got one below business class, but above cattle class.
Premium.
I don't think it's premium. I think it's called something. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We all know what we mean.
Yeah,
business class.
And you don't get much more, but you got slightly bigger seats in nicer places.
Cutlery.
And it wasn't that much more, was it? To be honest, Mark, it was.
Well, you got cutlery.
But isn't Qatar Airlines anyways one of the most expensive anyway?
Qatar. No. Qatar is.
Qatar. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
Qatar. I fly Qatar all the time. Like most of my trips are Qatar, long distance trips, and it's not, as Steve was saying, it's not the most expensive, but it's a high class airline, and it's not cheap, but it's not. There's no way it's expensive. It's like a little bit over middle. From what I found anyway, because I flew them the last 10 years.
I'm a cheap Charlie. When I was coming over here and more often when I didn't have so much money, often Qatar would come out the cheapest. I didn't choose it because it was a great airline. I chose it because I used something called Travel Bag then. It was just the best, cheapest deal.
Not anymore. It's the last 5 years.
Because the big problem is you have to look at how, if you're doing a stopover, you have to look at how many hours you're going to spend in that stopover airport.
That's where it comes when it comes to expense. If you wait for 2 hours, like the last my stopover when I was at my son, it was 2.5 hours, so it was quick. It wasn't fast, and that's a very fucking iffy thing when you're with a child. And the worst thing about it is when we were leaving Dublin, the plane we were on the plane, but they had some problem with the plane, so we had to wait an hour. So I had an hour and a half stopover in Qatar with the son. But the good thing about it in Qatar, it was like the signage, everything is so like you just know where you're going there, because it's a stopover airport. It's mainly for a stopover airport. It was perfect. So I could just go A to B, C, easy,
But it's
easy
still-
in like 20.
Jazz, considering it's a new airport, I was there when it was the old airport. You remember the old airport?
Yeah.
Where they literally throw
Yeah,
the
I-
bags for the X-ray, literally
Yeah.
for the X-ray. But no, last time I was there, because it was the last flight before COVID, I flew with them. It's a new airport.
Transit airport. Yeah.
When you're in the queue to get on like your lounge, shall we say, there's not enough seats. I was having to sit on the floor to come back.
What
you
the
know?
hell?
Wow.
You know the big issue of the
that's
guitar.
unbelievable.
Once you get out of the car,
You know,
you have to
on
get the bus to the airport. You know, it
Yeah,
takes
the
like 10 minutes. It's a joke.
Yeah,
But
they were
other
I was
than
on the floor with loads of
Yeah.
other people, and I'm thinking this isn't very good, you know, and because and it was miles away, an hour and a half. I had about an hour and a half, like you, and I tell you, you got to leg it, haven't you, to get to where you
Oh
go.
yeah. Anyway, a fucking small lad. Fucking hell.
Well, yeah,
Hour
I
and a
mean,
half.
I done it on my own, but because the old airport, it was just like you literally got off the plane for your connection. They threw the bag through the X-ray. You went up the steps, and then your plane was there. Sort of thing. It was.
But I was lucky when I left from Ireland. Like there was around like 15 Irish people on the same plane going to Thailand, so they all helped me with my little lad. You know, so I felt more comfortable when I was in a group. You know,
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
they could just bring me along. You know, but you still had to go through the normal baggage, but it was so fast. We were, I think it was like 3 o'clock in the morning before the airport was dead as fuck at that time.
So that's a good
So I was
time.
lucky.
'Cause
But
I
we
was
only
there-
had an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes when we arrived because the plane was an hour like delay in Dublin for some reason. And the mother was tracking the plane. You know, the mother was tracking the plane. They have the track app, and she was saying, why the fuck are you an hour on the plane and you're not moving? I was saying, I don't know. There's some shit going on. You know, I didn't know, but so we had the 2 hour 30 minutes. Okay, before we left Dublin, 2 hour 30 minutes. So it was an hour and 10 minutes late before like getting off the ground. So I was saying, oh fuck, man, like I'm only like an hour and like 20 minutes or something, like, you know, and I have the wheel out. But luckily I met a lot of Irish on the plane going to Thailand, the same route as me, so they helped me along. So it was
They
great.
will normally in Qatar hold the plane though. They normally hold the
Yeah,
plane. They
Yeah,
normally
but I was just, I was paranoid.
they normally hold
In
the
general,
plane.
because it's
I
a
remember-
transit airport.
Yeah, I actually flew back with them years ago, and there was me and 3 other people, and I'm sat there, and they called us, and the 4 of us went down the old airport where you went down to the lift, and you got on the bus. Didn't you? I think we got on the bus, and there's 4 of us on the
But did
plane, and they flew it with 4 of us on the plane back to London. I can't believe
But the thing
Wow.
with them is, if you miss the flight, they will always get you on the next flight, no matter what.
Yeah, they will.
Always.
Yeah.
It's huge. I always was confident. I was saying, I'm going to lose
Oh,
a
look,
fortune there.
As long as you have hold luggage, you know, a suitcase and like, you're not going to miss that flight. That flight won't take off unless you're on it.
Oh no, they will for sure. I've done on many occasions. They will. They'll just take it off for sure if it's too late.
Oh,
If it's
yeah,
an
yeah.
hour, but if it's
Yeah,
more,
no,
not a whole.
Yeah, but all right. Yeah, okay. I follow your reasoning, but
But
you
I get
don't
you.
need
I
to
understand.
rush. As long as you've got luggage in the hold, that plane will wait until they find you. Because I've done it.
Whenever when I flew out with those 5 people, I asked if I could go into business. They still wouldn't let me go into business. They just made me sleep on the in the economy.
Oh,
I don't did get any extra food. I said,
bastards.
what is food? I said,
You had a whole plane to yourself and you're
Yeah.
still moaning.
yeah,
Graham.
I was. Well, let me go into business.
Yeah.
I do
Oh.
the same. I would have done the same for sure. No problem. fuck that. If there's only a couple of people on the plane, you may as well chance your luck. God loves his fire.
Because the reason they had to fly it, it was full coming back from Heathrow to come back. So
I get you. Yeah.
They had to fly it. You know.
Yeah, I get. Empty plane coming back.
Yeah, it won't do empty coming back, but it was full coming back. So,
not a big fan of flying anyway, man. Like, I don't know how my son did it, man. Like, fucking.
I hate it.
I don't know how kids do it. Like, I was fucking absolutely knackered. You know, like, I'm used to flying long flights. I'm not really used to it, but like, you know, fuck, man, it fucking done me in for sure.
Yeah,
I can tell you how kids do it, Trev. They give their mother the shits, and the poor cunts sitting beside the mother and these fucking mongrel cutting kids screaming and carrying on for the whole fucking trip. Give me some Glad wrap and we'll just fucking wrap them up. Kill the cunts. Fuck them.
It was only me and the young lads. Yeah.
I've been on quite a few flights and ended up with a mother and a couple of kids. Well, fuck me. Where's the baseball bat? Well, we'll get some sleep sooner or later.
Yeah. I get you. My young lad loved just watching the cartoons. Gave him a bit of food and that was it. He was snoring his head off. You know, Ty's, he's Thai, so, well, he's mixed, but after a couple of fucking cartoons, a couple of movies, and a couple of bites to eat, he was snoring his head off. You couldn't wake him up for Ireland. No. So it was great.
I had one flight with a Indian kid, and the mother was walking up and down the aisle and all the rest of it. And you know, really, they should have given it a smack on the ass, told her to shut the fuck up. But they didn't. But they paraded that mongrel fucking thing up and down the bloody aisles, and God knows what. And then the father, because I had a spare seat beside me, that's why I was trying to. He jumped into the spare seat where I kind of had the armrest up and was laying down. So I ended up arseholing him out of it, and I said, "No, you're a mess, mate. You go and fucking fix it up. Fuck you." And I was sitting in what's where's the Indian area? Help me out, Mark.
The Indian area,
just up from Susie's bar there. Anyhow, I was very little bar. I was sitting in there, and fuck me, did the mother and that child and the father
Johnny
were walking down the road. So I yelled out, "Haven't you killed that cunt yet?"
Johnny, luckily where.
But I did another flight. A mother had 2 children, and I went to put stuff in the overhead locker. Oh, there was no room. They said, "Oh, we'll have to put your shit down here." I said, "No, you'll clear some fucking room." And the woman said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I need all this stuff for my children." I said, "I don't give a fuck. The whole part about it is that's my seat, and that's it." Because I had computers and fucking got all that kind of shit. And as all her kids did was scream for fucking 9 hours and carry on. And she's continually apologising. I said, "Because you're a poor parent, don't apologise to me. You want to apologise to your kids because they're cunts."
The very first time I saw my kid was when he was 2. Now he's 6, but when he was 2, man, he just slept the whole fucking journey. He didn't even say one word. He didn't even know the plane was flying up. He was asleep before it. It was like perfect. You know? We went to perfect time. But I understand you, man. When there's kids like fucking going off, like you need to control them. Like you need to. I know sometimes it's not easy, but like it's like easy. Just give them a little spank, man, and just tell them, like, you know, some parents are just like fucking a joke. You know, they don't do anything.
My wife will not fly Thai Airlines from Australia because it's a passage to India. And realistically, for a race of people, they're the most disrespectful pack of cunts I've ever come across. Push in front of you. Don't give a fuck about anybody else. No such thing as nothing. So I learned that in the early piece. You know, I just walked through them with the elbows out and, you know, fucking get out of the way, prick. And had no problems telling them to shut your fucking kid up or I'll strangle the cunt. How disrespectful are you?
I love Johnny's old school.
Yeah, but the thing is, I get called an arsehole because I've paid for a seat. I expect to just sit on the seat, watch whatever I'm going to watch, do whatever, not have some mongrel kid paraded up and down because the parents are poor parents. One thing about a child, it's not a toy. And a parent's job is to mold the child. These fucking dimwits seem to think the child owns them and that, you know, they're the slave to the child. Well, fuck me. God help us. But I did offer to help him out with that. I'll kill the cunt. I'll take it to the toilet and flush it. I don't care. I'm fucking over it.
I couldn't agree more, Johnny. You're absolutely right. But look, it's getting too serious. So I'm going to bring it down to more basic levels. What is your preference, a window seat or an aisle seat?
Aisle seat.
Aisle seat for sure. 1,000,000%.
Always a window. Always a window.
Piss every time I have a beer.
Yeah, 3-1. Yeah, aisle seat. Absolutely. I hate, maybe it's claustrophobia or whatever, but I don't want to get up and have to ask you, Johnny, can you move out of the way? I want to get up. Jazz, can you move out of the way? I just want to get up and go for a pee or go and look at the kitchen or have a wander around. Don't want to ask anybody anything. Although the middle seat on a seat of 3 is the worst, I would prefer the middle seat to the window seat.
Me too.
Well, here's a question. Elbow etiquette if you're in the middle seat.
Right. Yeah, it's great. Come on, Johnny. Let's go
mine.
with it.
It's my fucking elbow. Cunt.
You're kind of trying to be nice and you're sitting back and you've got your arms on the, then the cunts next door put their arms and they're pushing you somewhere. You know, this is my fucking armrest. Well, who owns that armrest? Because there's 2 armrests, one on each side that are shared by another seat. So what are you going to sit there with your fucking legs tucked, you know, your hands tucked between your legs and fucking shit like that for 9 hours? Like fucking hell.
What I generally do is, like the big scam, you get the flights and you book them online, like the seats, but I never do. I always go to the airline because my missus worked in the airline like before she had another job, and she told me like just book it, like book the ticket, don't book the seat, and then when you go to the airport, say, okay, I have my son, so maybe if the flight's not busy, we can just have the whole row, so my son and me can just stay on this row. And normally it actually works out well. Sometimes it doesn't, but in general it works out well. So we just have the whole, like, the little row together, so he can sleep. He normally likes to sleep by the window.
Look.
So I'm beside me.
On that, Trev, on that, I've done some night flights and there hasn't been a lot of people. And to take off, you have to sit in your seat.
After skip seats.
As soon as the fucking thing's lifted off, I dove over the top of other people because the middle row where the 4 seats are or 3 seats are, it's got no one in it. Grabbed all the pillows and blankets and said, "Good night, suckers."
As long as you're not, as long as it's not busy, they don't mind for sure. So,
I don't give a fuck if they're busy. If I can spot a hole that I can be comfortable in, I'll be an arsehole. I'll take it.
And
Why
isn't
not?
it the worst feeling when it looks like everybody's on board? I'm in my aisle seat of 3 seats, and I've got 2 seats to the right of me. And you think, fuck, this is brilliant. There's nobody going to sit down here.
Yeah, then some
And
cunt
then,
comes and sits beside you.
I walk in, they're the fattest 2 fucking people in the world. And they walk, and no, it's not that, you're not walking here. And they walk up through the, oh no, it's not, it can't be. It's, and that's happened to me.
I had it
Did-
once.
honestly.
I had it once where I had I had my window seat. These 2 young Indian lads got on, and they said, "Oh, would you like to swap on to the end?" I went, "Fuck off." That was good. Never heard a word out of them. Every time I got up, they shit themselves.
Good man.
Welcome, Stephen.
Stephen.
G'day, mate. How you going? How are you?
Hey, Stephen.
G'day.
How are you doing,
I'm going to
boy?
get another beer. I'm back in the bed.
That's okay, Steve.
Hey, Stephen, you didn't add my number, did you?
No, I'll do it shortly, mate.
You lazy git. Never mind.
Gotta put all the codes in it.
I don't even know why you wanted my number. But all good.
Just a bit of exchange of cyber sex and shit like that, mate.
What?
It's all right, don't worry about it.
No, I'm serious. I just want to, like, I think I had your number fucking last year or something, but I probably lost my line again. But, yeah, no good. All it,
Yeah, cool, but
is it, you want to talk bad about me or what? I don't know.
No, you're right, mate.
If it's,
Yeah.
I'll give you my number again. Just add me, man. We can have a chat. No problem.
I've got it. I just haven't had a chance to do it. That's all.
No
I'll
bother.
do it shortly. I've got to put the codes in. I think.
You know what I did yesterday or not today? I talked to Sean the Chief, but he didn't message me back. But I said, "Well, how are you, Sean? What's the crack? You dickhead." But Sean was talking 5 days ago, 6 days ago, but I was on like I was up for a week.
Yeah.
I was pretty in the way with the ferries and everything, and I didn't know what he said, so I said, "Hi, Sean. What did you say last week to me? I don't remember." Me back. I'm sure he'll be back in the morning because he's normally American time.
Sean's a bit downhearted and with all the shit that's happening on YouTube, so he's
I like
having a bit of a
Sean.
break. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Sean is cool. He's a dickhead, but he's cool. I'm a dickhead too, but he's cool. He's cool.
Trev,
I like
Trev,
Sean.
what you're not a dickhead.
All
You
right, let me
protected
turn
it.
my microphone on for a moment.
Yes, Steve.
We can.
You're saying Sean the Sheep is a decent guy.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, he's okay. No, I didn't say decent. You said that, but he's a good guy. I like him. He's a good guy.
He's good. He's good. He's
You
good
are
off. He's
terrible. You are both terrible judges of character.
Oh,
he's good off you. He's good off.
Hold on. Oh, hold on. I've got to do family stuff. Back in 2 minutes.
Hello, Steve. Having a few sips, are you?
Yeah,
he's got-
Stephen.
The grandchildren, the families always comes first with Stephen or Steve. Yeah.
What happened to Loveridge? He fall off his perch, did he?
Is he gone? Oh,
Yeah, he got to wet when I come on.
oh my
He's gone.
Yeah. Anyhow, at the end of the day, yeah, you made a bold statement there, Trev. You made a bold statement. You know.
He'll be back for sure. That he logged on for a little bit.
No.
no.
The one, the stupid one you made before that.
Okay, you know when she messaged me like 5 days ago, I was on a bender for a week. So anything You know, I was away with the fairies last week. I was just like completely, and it took me like 2 or 3 days to recover. So I like when Sheepy was talking to me, I hadn't a clue what he was talking about. I had zero. I saw it. That's why I messaged him. I said, What were you talking about? I don't know. What were you talking about? You know, that's it.
But Trev, how does your wife feel or your girlfriend feel about you going out in a bender for a week and then laying in bed like a mongrel dog with its ass kicked in for another 3 or 4 days?
That's another story.
Well, I know it's another story. That's why I asked you.
How can I say it? Johnny, you were a young guy like me before, and you know the crack, you know the story. I'm a good guy, for sure. Very, very good, honest guy. But sometimes I get off the rails, and that's it. Nothing like.
That's not up to you to decide. That's up to us to decide, Trevor.
This is the judge and the jury here, Trev.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair enough.
You base the judge. We're the jury. You've got to convince us.
I'm a good boy.
Oh, you crazy buggers. What the hell?
The best boy on YouTube.
Right, now let's go back. Look, I had to break off because I got a 9-year-old girl telling me to shut the fuck up. No, she just put them, shh, we're trying to go to sleep. That didn't sound very good, did it? Let's hope nobody's recorded that. But why do you think Shaun the Sheep, give me one quality from him, I will give you 3 anti-qualities from him, anti-bad characteristics. You give me 1, I'll give you 3. That's fair.
Can I butt in there and say consistency?
Look, you know where this is going, Johnny, and you gave me the fatherly talk today and said stop biting, Steve. So I really should stop biting. I'll retract that question. But fuck me, I have no. It's like you're fucking aliens in my world. If you think Shaun the Sheep has any characteristics that you would like in a friend, you are weird. Very
Steve,
weird.
It's YouTube. You know, I have to understand this too. It's YouTube. People aren't really on YouTube.
And you're correct there, Trev. And plus, Trev is Irish, so you've got to give him a couple of discounts there.
It's YouTube. Irish. It's YouTube.
No, I'm not going to accept that. I can look at many people on this channel and think, yeah, they're decent people. They might be cunts at times.
Let me ask you a question, Steve.
Let me finish.
Why do you hate Shaun the Sheep? Why?
No, you talk too much now, cunt. I talk to you now, cunt. It's YouTube, brother. You have to, in parallel, one thing to another. It's YouTube. It's a game. It's fun. If you talk to a certain offline, it's a completely different story. 100%. It's like a movie on YouTube. They don't give, like, nobody gives a fuck about YouTube. Everybody said you can imagine, Steve Hearn, how many things you said in the last year you've been on when you were drunk. Same shit. Me too. Same everybody. You understand? Everybody makes mistakes.
No.
You really
Trevor,
take that for excuses for everything?
Trevor, you are wrong. I have never said anything I've ever been embarrassed about. I've never targeted it. I've never targeted anybody. I've never threatened anybody. I've never said anything wrong about anybody ever.
Nobody is perfect.
Very different. Very different. I've never tried to manipulate people. I've never lied to try to get people into trouble. Many of these people do. And look, we should not be talking about this here because this is a friendly channel. But Trevor, you could not be more wrong.
Well, I'm the most perfect guy in the genre. You know, I always speak the truth.
That's fine. You know? That's fine, Trev. When you get to my status of perfection, then you can say hurrah.
Yeah,
It takes a lot of time to perfect, but you're young. You can strive towards it.
Perrin's been picking on me all night because I interrupted him.
No, I can tell you why I pick on you, Trevor, and why you've gone down low in my estimation. If you want to
Been
hear.
picking on because I interrupted him, and he has a bone to pick with me.
No, yeah, I do have a bone to pick with you. I really do.
Why, Perrin?
But we shouldn't do it. We shouldn't do it here unless Johnny, as the senior gutter here, gives me authority to say why I have got a bone to pick with you.
Well, why not? Why not? Sort it out. Get it over and done with.
All right.
That's it.
Jazzy is really good at shit talking. And he was on a channel with a guy called Casey Jones, not the Casey we have here, but a guy called Casey Jones. I think he's Canadian or American. All right, you're going to talk. You keep fucking talking.
Okay, I will talk for a little bit, okay, and then you can talk. You need to chill out, man, with all these channels. I don't fucking listen to all these channels. I'm busy, man. What the fuck is going on, man? I don't know what the fuck is going on with you, kid. But chill out, man. Fucking hell.
I am telling you why I have a bone to pick with you. Why I think you're not a good character. Do you want to hear that or not?
I am a good character. Trust me, man. I'm a nice boy.
Right.
Nice
let me tell you why I don't think you are. Then you can say, Steve, you're talking bollocks. Does that work?
Why do you talk to me if you don't think I am? Why have you been having a nice conversation for the last hour with me if you don't think I am?
Don't deflect. I will tell you why. I will tell you why I don't think you're a good character. Then when I've finished, you tell me I'm talking bollocks.
Everybody who met me, they know I'm very good. Okay, go.
Trev, I think Steve is going to give you a dressing down. Now you can take this as derogative, or you can take it as character building or bullshit.
Sir. Okay.
Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead.
Spit it, Stevie boy.
Okay, you're going to be quiet for. It'll only take me 2 minutes to tell the story.
Okay.
Trevor's really good at this trash talking and stuff, far better than many people. And he was having an argument with a guy called Casey, as in Casey Jones, not the Casey on the other channel.
Yeah, we know him. He was on here a lot back in the days.
And he was. I haven't seen him for a while, but he was having an argument with him. And then when you tell me, all right. So everybody's going to talk. You don't want to hear the story. I don't care.
You don't want to know who he is. I don't understand who you're talking about. Tell me who he is, and I'll shut up. I don't know.
He's an American from Colorado.
Yeah,
he used to be on here when we all came over here from Marsh back in the day.
Yeah,
months ago.
He's got the goatee type beard, and he's actually not a bad type of fella. Yeah,
he's a very good guy. Yeah.
Okay. Very well said. I just want to know who he is. I never.
So they were having a back and forth, normal trash talking. To be fair, Casey was doing the same. I'm not saying Casey was totally innocent. They were, yakking at each other. But if you've heard any of Casey's story, he's separated from his children. The worst thing, he sees his children every 2 weeks. I think he's got 2 children. And fucking Jazza hits him with, I've got my son here. I've got my son with me all the time. When the fuck are you going to see your son next time, you bastard? I don't, fuck no. You don't say that to a man. That is ridiculous. It's the worst thing a man can go through, to be separated from his children. You can say, I'm going to fuck your mother. You can say, I'm going to fuck your wife. Doesn't matter. But there are many men. No, fuck off. There are many men that is the worst thing that's ever happened to them in their lives. And he opened up and said, it's hell for me because I only see my children every 2 weeks. And you took him out on that. That is why you are not a good character. You're a
story,
cunt.
do you? Okay, I will tell you now.
Sorry. You're a cunt.
Now,
fuck off.
I will tell you. Do you know the real story? What happened? You don't. You just listen to a little bit. That KC, I thought.
I heard everything.
No. I thought that was a different KC, and we already said sorry to each other. You understand me? I thought that was a different KC because KC, there's two KC.
I don't care. I don't care if you apologized 10 seconds later. To take it to that level, means you're a cunt. No, coming. You can't come back from that. You hit a man with the worst thing you can hit a man with. You can't see your children. You can't see your children, but I'm fucking Jazzy, and I've got my child with me. It's a fucking cuntish thing to say. You know it's a cuntish thing to say. You should not say cuntish things. Fuck you.
I'm trying to explain to you. The person I talked about, I thought it was a different person. It wasn't him. And we talk now.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you're talking.
All right. You still did it. All right. So now you understand why I think you're a cunt. Now you can tell me why you think I'm a cunt. That's fair. And I'll shut up.
So you like guys beating women and tie them to the chair, do you? Is that your style, is it?
Is that the best you've got?
Yeah, but that's what I was talking about. I was talking about another.
No, Jazzy, don't get away with that. Fucking the KC you're talking about, KC who's just done that, what you said, wasn't even on the scene when you said that.
I'm drinking coffee.
It wasn't that man. It was the Casey Jones guy. Don't try to squirm out of this, you cunt. Just say, I fucked up. No, just say, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Forget it.
Friends with the guy with the mustache. I'm friends with him.
Nah, fuck off.
I know him.
You did the worst thing a man could do. Because any man... All right, how would you feel if suddenly your wife left you, took the child with you, and I joked with you about it? How would you feel?
I would
want to kill me. You would want to kill me. And yet you can still joke with another man about it. You're a cunt. Fuck off.
I'd have a party probably. Because I'd be free for a couple of weeks. Be great.
No, you're only going to see your son every 2 weeks if she says you can see him. How are you going to feel with that?
How do you know?
Well, that's what the guy you were criticising has got.
6 months ago.
You're having a go at him. You know, Jazzy, all you have to say is, look, I was drunk, I fucked up, I'm sorry. But no, you still think it's okay, which means you're a cunt. Fuck off. That's why I've got a bone to pick with you. Now, you can tell me what I've done wrong. Absolutely. But let's finish it now because we're not going to go any further. You think you did okay. I think it's the cuntiest move I've ever seen. You could say you're going to fuck my wife, fuck my daughter, fuck my dog, fuck my hamster. I wouldn't care. But you laughing at the fact that you can see your son and he can't see his two children is cunt.
Listen, can you listen to me for one?
Can you listen to me? Of being a cunt.
Listen to, please. Once I said that, once I said this, I know what you're talking about. Once I said this, straight away, he knew I was sorry. I said, sorry, I'm talking about a different person. You understand that? You can ask him yourself. I said, I'm so sorry.
Jazzy, why would you ever go to those depths?
Go depths of what?
Why would you say that? Why would you say that to any human being, any father? I wouldn't. You could cut my throat before I'd say that, mate. Honestly, I would never dream of doing that. That's
you only heard of one thing, and that's it, didn't you? You didn't hear the full conversation.
All right, yeah, okay. Try to wheedle your way out of it, but you know I'm right.
man, just I did. What do you mean? You know I'm right? You didn't hear the full conversation. That was like a couple of months
I
ago.
heard it. I heard everything, and I remembered it. I was on the panel at the time. Somebody kicked
Same.
you off about 10 minutes afterwards, and I sent you a message saying I would have fucked you off that panel at least 20 minutes ago. I remember it very well. I'm an old cunt, but I remember horrible things very well. You said something really horrible. I'll never forget that. You'll never become a good character in my world. Doesn't matter. You don't care. I don't care. But don't try to pretend that you're a good guy, because in your heart, in your heart, you are a bad guy.
Steve, do you remember me talking to him after for 4 hours? You remember me saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought because you had the same name of someone else." You don't remember that, obviously. You were too drunk. You had like
Look,
7.
I don't care if you got the wrong man. Doesn't matter. Makes no difference. But I think you heard the same as I. I heard Casey on a talk about a week or two before saying, "Fucking hell, life is shit. I only see my children every 2 weeks. Life is hell. I love them so much, and I only see them 2 weeks." I think you heard that same thing, and then you hit him with, "Oh, I've got my son here. I see my son every day. I take my son to school. I do this. When did you last see your children? When did you last see them?" Doesn't matter if you got the wrong man. You still attacked him with something you shouldn't attack him with. And on that note, Johnny, I'm going to shut up, mate. I do apologise. I'm going to stop biting. But
Steve, talk for 1 second.
Shut up. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to listen to you, Jazzy, but I'm not going to say any more. I think I must have made myself very clear. You are not a good character, and there's nothing you can say that will convince me that you're a good character. But I'll mute myself now so that I don't spoil it for everybody else.
G'day, Huey. How you going, mate?
No, let me talk for 1 second and I'll go. Steve, when I said that was 4 months ago. I thought this guy was a different person, and we explained each other, and I was speaking to him for 3 hours after. And number 2 is I will still stick by my word. If someone puts a child in danger or anything else, they don't deserve to see them whatsoever. 0%. Yeah. So that's it.
Okay.
You know, like I don't.
All right. I understand what you're saying. I actually do talk.
I would always.
And
I will do it.
I believe he is, not a bad type of a person. Relationship split ups are not easy on either party. From a male perspective, the woman is more looked after than the man. And you get some of the bullshit that comes into it where, you're a man, so you're an asshole. But the whole part about it is what we can take out of this is sometimes engage the brain before putting the mouth into gear. That's all I got to say about that.
That's true. And if I said I don't apologize for anything. No way. If you can't take care of your son, if you get your son in trouble, they deserve to fucking lose him, and that's a fact. I don't give a fuck about anyone.
Trev, the whole part about it until you see the circumstances exactly right. None of us are there. Everything's hearsay. So we're making judgments when you haven't really got all the facts. So it's better off to keep right away from that.
That's
you're
true.
Still missing, gentlemen. You're still missing the point. You're trying to convert this or convolute it into, he was a bad father or something. It's ridiculous.
Of course.
So you're saying Casey with the beard, with the sunglasses, is a bad father now? What? No.
You put words in my mouth. Okay,
that's what you just said. That's what you just said.
Man, it's not about him. another person, you idiot. 4 hours after. 4 hours after. He knew it. I wasn't talking about him. Do you get it? You stupid?
No.
You drunk?
Fucking hell.
Ask him.
Your character is going more down. Now you're trying to lie to get your way out of this story. I was there, Jazzy. I heard you say you only see your children, 2 children, every 2 weeks. I see my child every day. I take my child to school. My child cuddles me. When was the last time you got a cuddle from your child, JC? I saw you say that, and we're not talking about the guy that you think is a bad man. Now, look, unless you can tell me you know this guy was a really bad father and is a shithead, but you don't know that. It was shit talking that you thought, I'll win it by taking it down to the lowest level. You're a cunt.
3 or 4 hours after that. Why did we talk for 3 or 4 hours after that? I said that. Why? Why did we?
I don't care. I don't care.
We talked because
I don't care if he forgave you and you said 3 Hail Marys and you were all okay. Doesn't matter to me. I heard you say what you said. Doesn't matter to me if he said to you, "Oh, it's all right, Jazzy. You're a good mate." So I don't care. It still came from your heart. It's what you said. Still came from your mouth. Came from your brain. Came from your heart. It's a conscious thing to say.
Please let me talk, please, sir. When I said that, I understand what you said. I said that 100%. Okay, but I was talking about a different person. You understand that?
No, you were talking to him.
Oh my God, you don't understand. You can ask him. I was talking about a different fucking person. I got him wrong because it was the same name. You understand this?
It doesn't matter, Jazzy. It doesn't matter.
It does matter for me.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No.
It does for me.
Right.
All right.
I will definitely shut up now.
I'm putting an end to this conversation. It's not productive. It's not productive.
That's all. Because you drink too much. You could have said that at the start of the night, but you didn't.
Trev?
What, Jazzy? Now you're accusing me of drinking too much.
No, I just removed Trev. Because like I say, it's not productive. Not productive.
All right. No, that's not fair. Johnny, to be fair, remove me as well. That's a good thing.
No. I can understand. The Casey Jones you're talking about, I think he is a pretty good bloke.
Yeah.
And the thing is, unless you're walking a mile in another man's shoes, you don't know what's going on. It's fucking YouTube and it's all the rest of it. So to make a judgment on another person, and all the rest of it.
That's not my point, Johnny. He was trying to win a shit-talking war by going, in my opinion, look, to other people, that might not be a bad thing to say to somebody. I've got my son and you haven't got your children. You're going to see your children in every 2 weeks for a Saturday for a couple of hours. To other people, that might not be offensive. I don't know. I thought that was too low. Now, look, I'm not saying everybody else should judge Jazzy the same way I do, but he said it, came from his heart, came from his mouth, came from his brain. There's no coming back from that in my mind.
I went to one of those trash talking sites and watched what was going on.
Right.
And what I came away with was
a headache.
Well, you're right, Stephen. But the thing is, the people there, it was a competition where realistically, how low could you go? And you don't have any respect for yourself or anybody else. And I thought, well, there's no productivity. There's nothing there's nothing productive here. You might as well look at yourself in a fucking mirror and yell at it, I don't think that shit on YouTube it should even be there. you know, if I say fuck too many times, you know, we can get a channel taken down. But the whole part about it, that kind of stuff, which is quite a lot of it, is not productive. It's not producing a better quality of human being. It's actually taken us back. It's taken us down. and
it's back to the old things because there's no effect from it. No repercussions from it. You can say what you want and get away with it. And it's horrible. If I had any brain, I'd work a way to electrocute the keyboard so that when you did that, you got zapped.
All right.
But look, I got worked up, but honestly, that's been under my skin for a while. So I'm glad I've sort of explained to Jazzy why he's not a buddy anymore and why I don't go on panels when he's around. I thought it was a horrible thing to do. Now, it might all be part of warfare. Maybe it's sort of chemical warfare, and I don't like chemical warfare. Maybe it's acceptable, but it's not acceptable to my morals and my principles, my way of life.
I will say to you, I praise you for that. I will say I praise you for not losing your morals and your expectations. I will praise you for that. Probably, mine have faltered a few times, but at the end of the day, you and I have had a couple of tiffs. Stephen and I have had a couple of tiffs.
Never. I know what you're talking about.
You know, but you may wait in line. We'll get there. But the whole part about it.
What did you don't look at me like that?
It never gets to the stage where it's detrimental. You say, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot. Have a fucking look at yourself." You know, shit like that. It's more. It's just kind of have a rethink type of thing. But the never. I know people that the wife's walked away with the kids and all that kind of stuff, and it's been a shit fight because they fucking lied.
Yeah.
And you're a man.
Well, exactly.
And you're a man all by yourself. Absolutely. The law's on the other side accusing you of God knows what. I've seen it. It's been going on for 20 fucking years.
And also, Johnny, I think Jazzy must have heard the same stream I heard, where the guy he wasn't quite crying into the camera, but he was a fucking hell, it's difficult. I only see my children every 2 weeks, and it's all a bit controlled, and we've all seen it. We've seen the single father taking his child to McDonald's or the zoo, and it's the worst thing a man can ever go through. And I've had a few friends that have had to go through that, and I've known how close they came to just finishing it all. Because it was so hard.
My ex-wife, she used to work for Child Protection.
Really?
And,
wow.
Yes. Well, she was a cunt of a thing, but anyhow, that's a part of it, But the thing is, she used to tell me about a few things, and she'd say, we have supervised visits. And in honesty, knowing some history, I'd say, why do they even let the children back near these pieces of shit? And they say, but under the rules, it has to be done. They have to have contact with both their parents, biological and all the rest of it. And I said, but what about, Joe Blow? I actually fucking know him, and I know his wife. The whole part about it. What she's fucking said in her shit is all bullshit. And, they say, the department says this and that and that and that. It's not, I never had any of that when I split up with the wife, because she dumped the fucking kids as soon as the ink wasn't even dry on the check. And then, that was over and done with. But at the end of the day, being judgmental of somebody else, well, like I say, Christ said that the person without sin throws the first stone. Well, I go along with that one, Steve.
And yet, exactly why I always said I will not go into this freaking trash talk shit at all, because we all know how it ends. It ends personal, and that's the most evil shit you can do to anybody, especially if you don't even know the people. You know, you never seen them in
That
person.
is absolutely perfect what you said then. That's what it all ends up as.
It always ends up like that. I mean, I was never involved in the shit, but I've seen something of this crap. And and you know, and even with guys or people, they used to be friends here for years and fighting each other like they want to kill each other. It's fucking horrible. And
Did you read the private chat, Johnny?
I can't understand it. No, I haven't read the private chat yet. Wait a second.
Sorry, Stephen, what was that?
Did you read the private chat?
Hang on. Private chat. No, I'm not going to, Trev.
Well, look, I'm more than happy to disappear. Let Jazzy come on and explain himself.
No,
honestly,
no.
That would be fair. I am nothing but fair. I'll come back on when he's finished, but it's not fair if I'm here. He perhaps can't express himself right. I'll disappear for a bit and let him speak his foot. I've said all I want to say. I'm good. I'm not upset. I'm good.
Well, I'm under your orders, Steve. This is your stream.
Oh, yeah. Let him back on.
Stephen, that's bullshit. You wake up upset.
Gentlemen,
and he takes 2 arsehole pills before he goes to bed. All right.
Do you think I'll see you in about 15 minutes, if that would be okay?
All right, Steve. No worry, mate.
No worries. Yeah.
All right, Jazzy. You've heard
So,
what
Steve,
we've been speaking about.
Steve, I don't mind you. I like you. That's 100% sure. But you're a hypocrite because you go on Timmy's channel and he's calling my wife a whore and everything, and you have principles. I don't understand in that way. Like, you go on and he's calling wives a whore, everything else, and you just you're quiet. But then if I say something about a personal thing, like if anyone doesn't care about their child, they shouldn't deserve to see them. I don't understand what you talk about in that way. That's it. That's all I talk. Like Timmy talks about, you're on Timmy's channel. You're a moderator on Timmy's channel, and he speaks the most awful things ever. You know. So I just don't understand the way you get on it. That's it. That's it. If I insult you, whatever, I don't care, man.
Trev, I can understand, right? I'll give you the right of reply. I want you to put this in the memory bank, please. This channel, we don't really.
I didn't start it.
No, I know. Look, I'm just saying.
I was happy.
The one thing about it, I don't give a fuck what happens on somebody else's channel. And you know, the whole lot of, I'd let it go because I knew it had been going for a while. So just get it out in the open, get it over and done with, and you know.
Yeah, you blocked me. I didn't.
You know, I did that for a reason because I didn't want it to turn into World War III, mate. And I'll be honest with you, but
I didn't do anything wrong.
No, look, the whole part about, I know what the trash talking community is like. I don't go there. I couldn't give a shit about it. I'm
not trash. I'm talking the truth.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about those communities.
I'm talking about now, and Steve butted in saying like, I'm doing shit like what he said, but he knows facts, the truths. Why does he's hypocritical in many ways when he goes to like Timmy, and when he when he listens to many bad things. I'm not going to say, but he's there. He's a moderator. So, like, how can he tell me that I think another man is a bad parent? You know, like, I don't understand.
You know, well, obviously, from what I've heard, there's been some confusion about the people, and some of the comments have gone in the wrong direction. So
yeah, there's no point.
I'm saying leave it at that. We're not going to dwell on it.
Because I know what he's talking about 100%, but I wasn't talking about that person. But he says it's the same thing. Fair enough. You know.
Well, like I just, if you would have heard what I said about my ex-wife, and you know, some of the stories I used to hear about stuff, and it'd make your guts fucking churn. You know, you want to grab the rifle out. You know.
Excuse me for being argumentative or whatever you want to call it.
You're a fucking Irishman. I would expect nothing less.
Steve, you need to fucking grow up in a pair of shoes, man. Fucking hell, man. Don't be a fucking narky cunt. What the fuck? I was being nice to you, you know, and then you started that shit. Why didn't you tell me at the start? Fuck. Or were you talking to me?
All right. As far as I'm concerned, it's over and done with now. You've put it out in the clothesline, let it fucking dry. Because I don't want to hear another thing about it.
Steve, I'll smack you around the place.
What did I just say?
Go swimming in the pond, lad. I'm joking. Sorry. Okay. Nothing else. Excuse my language. Excuse everything. I wanted to talk to little Stephen Clark for a while. Anyway, see what the crack is.
So did you end up meeting up with South or what?
No, man. Last night when I messaged him, I only messaged him from Global here. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was from Global here. He was at the airport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he only stayed one night and that was it. Only one night and that was it. I think he needed I think the Cambodian visa rules, he needs to do the in and out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they've changed the rules in Cambodia with the visas. They hit them all
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
He can't get a work visa.
But Ben is there. He got his fucking yearly visa, right? But I don't know about it.
No. It was only a week or two it came up, you know, and he had something like that. He explained it better than I would, but that's the drift I got off him. Yeah, new rule.
But as I said, I was on the piss for a week, so I didn't actually know. South was in Bangkok until the next morning, so I didn't have a clue.
Oh, Jesus, you want to write things down? You're going to meet up with him and, you know, then we'll go here and then we'll go there, I'll show you this. And, it went on for about 2 hours. Never mind.
It's all good.
Serious, I fucking did.
Yesterday.
I'd suggest, Trev, if there's a chapter of Alcohol Anonymous, you go and have a talk to the boys over there.
Buddy, Steve, I talked to him yesterday. I was saying, "Where are you, buddy? I'll meet you tonight." But he was already at the airport. You know, he only spent 1 day. Then he fucked up. Only 1 day in Bangkok.
Oh, okay.
He met Tai Tim. I presume it's Tai Tim. Tai Tim isn't Tai.
Which one's Tai Tim? I don't know him.
Tai Tim is the Australian Scottish guy. He's born in Scotland.
Oh yeah, you were talking about him the other night. Yeah, okay. I don't know spoken.
He comes from Sydney.
Johnny's, I think he's a smart lad.
He's half smart. Yeah, he's half smart.
He won a couple of trivias, I think.
He was, and he actually pulled some bloody, freaking hard questions out of his ass too.
Not the old school type Tim, Steve. Not the old school lad from Germany.
Oh, okay.
Real.
Get it? Yeah. G'day,
Yeah.
Trent. How you going? Yeah. Oh, that's good.
The real tight end.
The
Good lad,
tight
tight
end.
end.
He is. He is a nice. He is a bloody good bloke.
Yeah, I've never spoken to him. I don't think.
Maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh well, he dipped his toe into some of the crap, and then they kind
He went quiet.
They kind of was like a feeding frenzy. Oh, a bit of fresh meat to pick on. Yeah, poor bugger. But anyhow.
So, who do you watch now, Jazzy? That's doing vlogs or doing videos over there in Thailand? Would you say that any of them are any good?
No, none, zero. No.
What about Warren? What about Warren? Don't you get doesn't Warren's videos give you a warm and fuzzy feeling?
Warren's.
I don't know any. I don't know Warren.
Yeah, Warren.
But in
Warren lives over near you, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Keep up with big YouTubers, but in general, nothing interesting. It's all rinse and repeat. So, the same like you, the rinse and repeat, like you did your movies at the very start when there was nobody. It's the same. So there's no point listening because it's all the same shit all the time. Rinse, repeat, rinse. When you did it, it was different because it was like nobody did it.
There wasn't many vloggers. Oh, there was a lot, but not like today. And you know, it was just getting ridiculous. Yeah. What I've seen, I hunt around for anything decent to watch about time and get updated on it, and I don't see anything I like really. It's pretty sad. Except for Warren, of course. Except for Warren, I watch everything of Warren. I actually watched Warren's videos twice. Yeah.
But you have to understand, Steve, too. Like I understand, you know, from a YouTube perspective, you know, there's always new people coming in, so they like to just say, for instance, if you're 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds and you want to come to Thailand, so you're always learning about stuff. So it's the same shit. Like for us, or Johnny is different from the younger generation coming up, so they're always going to listen to the same videos and how can I do this? The best hotel. And
the whole thing, Trev, they've watched all our videos, they've watched all our shit, so they're fucking experts. They head to Thailand and go, oh, look at this. This is Nutty Park. Oh, this is fucking that. That's that. All the tourist stuff.
But you know, if
the carpet has been laid, the fucking yellow brick road has already been paved for them. They just walk down it, and to them it's a brand new fucking world, and their audience too. But we've been there and done it. How many fucking times do I want to see a video of the same shit I've seen bloody 20 times, you know?
Johnny, before I left Thailand, they were already trying, a couple of vloggers in Thailand, before I left Thailand, they were copying what I was doing. And they actually went to the same fucking markets and said virtually the same thing. Fucking pathetic.
Whatever. I used to hate it when people stole your footage and put it up as theirs.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Look at me. Yeah, anyhow, I don't give a shit. I'm over that crap. I don't give a fuck anymore.
I don't know if I ever will make another video, Johnny. Just fucking, Jesus.
See, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, it's completely different. The YouTube scene, like there's a lot of young guys coming out now, and but the exact same thing. They have a pretty face, and they just do the exact same. It's normal. I've seen it all the time because I live in Thailand. When once you're in Thailand, you can see all the YouTubers, and it's the same thing, always the same thing. Except the only thing is, difference is they're maybe handsome, and they can get the number, but there's nothing changed in general. It's about how can I do this? How can I go to the hotel and pay, the cheap? So it's everything. There's nothing unique anymore about the YouTube scene. and bar scene is completely gone. It's 0%. You can't do that anymore. And in general, it's the Thai scene now. The 3 biggest YouTubers in general, probably, like I mean, like not for making money, like video wise, but like for live stream is probably Broke for Lang, and he just like gets off his arse, and people donate money to him. You know, that's it. There's nothing else.
No.
There's nothing else. He's the number one, but in Thailand.
Oh, okay.
If he did, he's number one for sure. He earns thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But in general, if he did videos, he would make way more. He just sits on his ass and drinks, donate. So that's good. Good for him.
There's a lot of Jazzy. There's a lot I could say, but I don't want to mention any names. You know, geez, some of them are fucking ridiculous. Bad, you know. So, I've seen a couple that are good, but I'm just not interested in watching them really. But there's not very many good ones. I mean, the pattern now, Jazzy, is to turn up at in Thailand with 550,000 subscribers and 2 people watching your video.
Steve, did you see the guy from, he's a new lad. Well, he's not new. He's been on YouTube a while. He's a young lad. He has bleach blonde hair. I think he's probably around 30. I forget his name, but he's a handsome lad. Like he goes around, but the thing I like about him is how can I say? It's editing skills. Editing skills is amazing. Yeah, the editing skills is amazing. I think editing skills is the most important. But when you're sitting on a chair and you're getting pissed off your head, and you get a lot of donations, I think the simps coming through, but eventually that will stop.
Do you actually think? You know, I think how pathetic are people. Oh, I'll send you a dono. Oh, you're sitting on a chair in front of a beach getting pissed. And, oh, what a wonderful... How fucking pathetic is that? And the people, good businessing, for them to put it out, it just goes to show how fucking dumb the world's got and how they don't respect any of the money because probably mummy and daddy gave it to them.
You know what,
Johnny,
for me...
I don't begrudge them getting money, but if you're stupid enough to pay them, what's your fucking fault? But like, I've given to what's his name? American in Bangkok. I'll give to him because he was entertaining. I've given to the guy that wears safari suits. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. And I've given to Warren, but they gave him money because they produced and I enjoyed their video. You know, but a lot of them are getting on there now and they're begging. They get on the turn on the thing and then they beg for money and that's the end of the show.
They expect that you pay them for their fucking time or whatever. But Scott's going to do another good trip. He was up in Lang Prabang. He's going down the Mekong.
But content is very...
I haven't watched him for a while, but I'll have a look at him later.
If you show content, it's so important because the next people who want to visit Thailand and everything, you can show them content. You can show them the north, the south. It's very important for people. So then if they give them 20, 30 small something, $40, something like this, it's okay. It's very different now. There's people with not a big mind. They're just like want a person to destroy themselves, get pissed and drunk and throw themselves. And that's the way like they get more, like they probably get more money than the normal content people who want to do like normal shit. It's just a farce, but I think it will end. It will end eventually because it's the same bullshit. Like, why would anyone give a person sitting on a chair getting pissed? I don't understand.
Trevor,
Jeez, I wish we weren't live. I could tell you some shit, Trevor.
Trevor, it's
like
rinse and repeat. It's the whole lot of them are fucking rinse and repeat, and I'm sick of it. I watch the people I do know, and I know them personally, and they put out some very good stuff. Trent, you're right. You got Netflix, whatever.
And I say one.
If you like what you're watching and you want to support them, well done. But I hate pathetics that are pissed, dirty, scrubby-looking fucking mongrels going, yeah, this is really wonderful. They take down a place and they've got no respect for themselves and no respect for anybody else.
Johnny, you have to understand it. I will tell you one thing, okay, Johnny? There is one person I like a lot, okay? He gets pissed. He's crazy off his head. But he shows everything, too. So it's like a passive. It's like a 50-50 thing. You know, like Ben, for me.
Oh, fuck, mate.
No, I know a lot of people don't like him.
Ben's good, Johnny. You've seen some of his videos, mate. They're freaking brilliant, actually. He's got a lot of potential, but he doesn't use it. That's his problem.
Well, the whole part about it is, and I will say this is, not really productive conversation, but the whole part about it, they all make their bed, they fucking lay in it, and good luck to them. I don't promote them. I've seen some of their stuff. I think they're scum of the fucking earth, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Look, go on.
The whole part about it there is to think, I'm going to go and live off fucking donos and God knows what, and and be a pathetic mongrel.
Fucking show the new people how to live. Like some places where Ben, but not in Thailand, obviously, but in other places, man, I would have never known. So he brings me back to the old alleys and all, and I never knew before. So I said, oh fuck, I will go there sometime. Not about Thailand, obviously, because I've been here way longer than him. But in some places in Asia, I say, oh fuck, man, that's cool. I'm going to go there.
Look,
Trev, you got to get out of the fucking local bar or the bottle, and Thailand's a wonderful place to travel in, and so is a lot of Southeast Asia. But sitting at home getting on fucking benders, well, mate, that's just fucking going downhill.
Well,
I'm telling you the fucking truth.
I left somebody out before. I don't know. I do watch American and Bangkok. I haven't watched him lately. Do you know that one? Jazzy, give him a. He's really good. Be more Ron. I like him. He's got potential, but once again, he gets on the alcohol. It's not very nice. Ben
Him and Trevor Ron and Trevor get along real fucking well together until they first punch up.
Ben Newton, he does fantastic videos, right? When he's sober, but Ben gets drunk and all hell breaks loose.
So you can't really talk to me, can you? Sitting on my fucking house. I've been in most countries. Like Johnny, you can't even talk like I'm sitting in my house. Like I've been in a lot of countries in the last year. You understand me? I haven't been sitting in my house getting drunk. You understand?
Oh well. Yeah, it's your life, Trevor. I can't tell you how to run your life.
I've been in
with what you tell me and stuff like that. As an older person, the only thing I can do is say, curve some of that behaviour, whatever, for relationships and all the rest of it.
Okay, I get you.
That would be the better option. If you understand what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's like your fucking it's like your dad grabbing you by the scruff of the neck and smacking you around the fucking head a few times and say, wake up to yourself, lad.
Yeah. That's true one. I give you that one for sure.
G'day, Andy. How you going?
Cheers for that one. I respect that one for sure.
But anyway, maybe it'll improve. But this buying shit's fucking out of control, though. Jesus Christ.
What? Say again, Stephen.
Buying subscribers is out of control now.
I don't care about it. I don't care about it because, you know, the real part about it, people that put out content, and I don't give a shit if it's us or any other channel. The real thing about it is some people live in illusions of grandeur. Yes, things can be bought. Things can be bought. But real people in the chat cannot be bought. They come because
that's right.
They would like to be entertained, the interaction. That's why they come to a channel. Now,
Johnny, can you do me?
Sorry?
Can you do me a favor? Johnny, tell Steve Perrin to come on. I won't like fucking sound bad. Like, I don't know why he doesn't want. Like, I'm not a fucking like dickhead. So tell him to come on.
Well, at times I think you are, but I think you have time off from that too. But Steve will come on. Steve can come and go when he wants.
But I don't think he wants because I'm here. But come on, man, just act like men.
It's all over.
No,
You've had the discussion too.
Trev, don't push it because at the end of the day, you go onto streams, other streams or whatever, or you go into a chat, and somebody else might be there that you don't particularly like. Are you going to argue all night, or do you say, "Oh no, fuck it, I'll go somewhere else to entertain myself"?
I think he's okay.
That's a thing to do. Steve's a passionate man. He believes in old-fashioned values, and I back him right up on all that. The whole part about it is, I don't watch other stuff and bring it to this channel.
I don't want to, Steve, leave your stream because he's your thing. Because of me, I'd rather leave and then him come back. If you know what I mean.
Well, he's right there beside you.
That wasn't the reason at all, Trevor. I left so that you could come on and explain yourself without fear of interruption or anything else. So we're done, mate. Look, I'll always think what I think. You'll always think what you think. Let's just move on. It's all good. Don't worry, mate. No problem.
Okay.
It's done.
Okay, Steve Perrin. Okay, Steve Perrin. What is your favourite vloggers in Thailand at the moment? Do you watch any of them?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't like most of the successful ones because I'm jealous. I think, fucking hell, that guy's earning £1,000 a month from doing stuff like that, and I wish I'd thought of it. So the guys I really hate are the best ones because they're putting a lot of work into it. So Paddy Doyle, don't like.
Yeah, Paddy.
Don't misunderstand me. He does great shows, and I think, fucking hell, that guy is making a bloody good living out of it. Who else?
What was that, Steve? Who was that?
Paddy
Doyle.
Doyle. Fucking Irish.
English.
Oh.
English.
Irish.
He's English. No, he's English. I know
with a
Paddy
name
well.
like Paddy Doyle, he's English.
I speak to Paddy once. I know Paddy. I know him well. Trust me. He's English.
Well, he must have been pawned out at birth or something, but Paddy Doyle is a fucking Irish name.
It's about the most Irish name you could ever get. But anyway, Paddy Doyle, the guy on the what's it called? Kickspur.
Kickstart.
Kickstart, yeah. Oh no.
Kickspur something.
Kickspur Rise.
That's it. Kickspur Rise. Another great show. Most of it.
Whom did you say then? Sorry, I'm doing some other stuff, but whom did you say?
Kick for rides. What's the Steve? I can't remember.
Ride for kicks. Ride for kicks.
Ride for kids. Ride for kids. Louise.
No, not kicks. 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 Kicks.
Is that the bloke in Pattaya? Lucius fucking whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, moving right along.
Right, so those are The guy that's trying to raffle a fast boat in Bangkok. Tall, lanky guy. Wears glasses, very tall, American.
Don't tell me. I'm not going to fucking say it because what a fucking piece of shit plastic cunt that is.
I got it. CB Media.
You said it. I didn't. I wasn't going to. I wouldn't advertise the bastard.
Earning an absolute fortune. Don't misunderstand me. Good quality. Well, I still hate him.
Okay, good.
And I'm not quite sure why I hate these people. Maybe I've just got anger issues, as I said earlier on in the chat. I don't know.
Well,
all those three.
He's a big...
Steve, you're probably right with the jealousy part.
Yeah.
But not really, because there's a saying in Southeast Asia, plastic people.
Yes.
Which means they're false.
Johnny, yeah. Couldn't agree more. That's it. I like people where the videos don't work quite so well and they're more honest and it's not being cut and it's more live and more honest and more truthful. I want to see the good and the bad. I don't want to see a BBC. I mean, Paddy Doyle has got to the stage now where his videos could be on the BBC travel show. BBC is our national TV provider. They're such good quality.
Yeah, but remembering on that, there's plenty of schools in Bangkok that do media classes and stuff like that, and they always want projects and a couple of dollars to the fucking teacher. I mean, a 15th of stuff all. They take that as a project and put it out there, and wham bam, where we've got Disneyland out of crap. I'm not saying he does that, but a fucking lot of them do.
Most of it's make-believe
because the students get stuff to work on, projects and real life shit.
Steve, can I ask you a question?
Can I just answer fully? Because all I did was be negative because I'm a horrible man. To be honest, Johnny, I don't actually watch any now. Scott Mallon blocked me, so I stopped watching him. I really like watching... what's the guy called with the ladyboy girlfriend?
Warren.
I really like Warren, and I've met Warren. We went to a Harley Davidson test drive together. I like the guy, but one of his moderators blocked me on that. So as soon as somebody blocks me, I don't bother anymore. I don't fight. I don't. As soon as somebody blocks me,
Stephen, there seems to be a pattern there.
Steve, I was just can we go back to the Harley Davidson test drive with Wazza? Were you up the front or down the back?
Oh, Jesus, Johnny.
Look, you can see, although everybody loves to try to dox me, I'm on here. If you go back, how long ago was it? It's when I had the Royal Enfield. I'm guessing 3 years ago, I drove into Bangkok and went to the Harley Davidson thing. And Gazza was there. I bought him a coffee. And I was actually holding the camera as he went out on his Harley Davidson, test driving Harley Davidson. And you can see me in the background as he's sort of videoing his bit to the camera.
Steve Byrne,
I like the guy. Go on.
I've met Wazza many a time.
Guy from America, the guy with the big, the guy who has.
No, he's Australian. Very clever guy. All right.
Yeah, I know this, but the guy from America. He goes to a lot of communities and he gives back to a lot of communities. Like he was in Japan, Thailand. This guy, he's very good. He used to be he used to do movies in America, you know, like with big companies. You know this guy, no? He gives back. He has a beautiful.
I'm always suspicious of people who give back. But carry on.
Guy, he does it a lot. I think it's an Asian wife, but I'm not sure what countries he's from. He gives back like he.
A really sort of obnoxious guy called, I think, Retard for You, living in Thailand or something.
No.
Johnny, he's thinking of the guy that does the food reviews. He does all the food ones. What's his
I
name?
don't know.
He's huge.
I don't know.
He's bigger in Texas.
You and I have met him.
forgot.
You and I have met him, Stephen. You know, that little cocky little fucking cunt. That's the one I think he's talking about.
I'm thinking of the same one.
This guy is only new in.
Yeah.
He's not.
Gives back.
Isn't he Canadian?
Yeah, he's Canadian.
What I'm thinking of is Canadian. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh,
It's
no.
a different one to what I was thinking. In other words, there's another scumbag that's the same as the one I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I'll just finish with this. I really can't think of anybody, any of the people. I mean, I actually, when what's the guy up in the north called?
Gordon Tickle. Gordon Tickle.
No time for.
No time to be sad.
No time to be sad.
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed him when he first started, but it's just so monotonous. It's the same video every week.
I'm talking
every day.
Tired.
I've stopped watching him.
Retired.
Well, no, you tell me, who do you watch, Jazza? I honestly can't find any that I think, this guy's
Steve, we've all said the same. Johnny said the same as you. I said the same as you. There's just nothing to watch anymore.
No,
except
there is.
Watch a bit of Warren or American Bangkok, but
I watch a bit of Warren, American Bangkok. I watch a bit of Mr. Fucking I'll rip you off type of thing.
This guy.
But the whole part about this. I'm more into the house build type stuff. So there's a few that are trying to be whatever, and they're showing building their houses and all the fuck ups and all the rest of it. Because that's because they're dumbasses. But the whole real part is there is still some good Bad Badger, Tony, Pommy, for Christ's sake.
Hey, Johnny, what do you called retired working for you? Do you know him? Retired working for
Chris. You're talking about
he's the Canadian one. That's the one I was saying. I thought that's who you meant was the cocky sod.
Yeah,
Johnny.
well,
no.
Yeah, Chris is his name, I think, from memory. Yeah. I don't like him. He's a fucking scam and cunt.
Yes.
And a fucking liar.
Yep.
Well, he does.
Allegedly.
Yeah, but what do you really think, John?
No, I haven't told you what I really think. But Craig, if you're recording this, cut that bit out, will you, please?
Yeah. Well, no, I'll just keep putting in allegedly.
No, he.
So the rumor goes.
There is plenty of small-time vloggers that are just showing their bit of life in Bumfuck Junction and stuff like that. And we're going to build a house, and we're.
He's not small,
and they are smaller vloggers, and they're stuck in the rut because that's what they want to do and that's what they're doing. But they're sharing real life, and that's what I like.
Yep. What do you, Johnny? What do you think of the original Cheap Charlie?
Cheap Charlie was all right before he fell down the fucking rabbit hole.
He's very good.
My opinion I think he's very good, Steve. When he done live streams, I thought he was fantastic. He was probably the best out there at the time.
Yeah.
But he sort of went a bit sideways there. I don't know what he does now.
Yeah, but I think you have to accept that the reason we liked him was because it wasn't polished. It was very honest, and you never know what's going to happen with him. Wherever he is, you're never quite sure what's going to happen, and I think that's the intriguing part about it. So
he's a natural at it. He was I think he was very, very good. That was one of the best,
Steve,
actually. But
and Chief Charlie never showed his face. You know that. Never.
I know.
Originally, yeah.
To start with,
I never saw it then.
His head. Would you show
to start with, you're right, Trev. He didn't, but
he never showed.
The whole part about it, he was showing some shit, and he was walking along past some shops, showing shit, and the reflection in the fucking window, bang. That's it, dickhead. And that was enough for the trolls. That was enough for the trolls to go bang. But he climbed inside a bottle and fucked the whole deal.
In goes the beer, mate, and out comes the fucking personality. Same with the same with all of them.
His personality was unique in a way. Even
I liked him.
when he showed his face, it was very unique too, because he had a kind of personality, like he had maybe a disorder or something for sure. In a way that everybody inclined to him in a way. He kind of speak it the way it is, and a lot of people like.
But the whole part about it was I don't blame him for doing it, but the whole thing about it was, welcome to my journey. You're paying for it. Come in, spinners. And I can't stand. Actually, that shits me. But what shits me more is the dumbasses that fucking do it. That actually give them the money to do it. I couldn't give a fuck if they were laying in the gutter. It's not my problem. They did what they want to do, and
he was one of the to YouTube, like Steve. Like I listened to him the very first. I live in Thailand way longer than any of these fucking cons. I live way longer. Steve was the first person.
Why haven't you got a camera being a dumbass and e-begging like the rest of the fuckers? I
don't want the hassle. No way. I would never do it. It's not my style. I'd rather dumbass myself. I would never do this. No way. Never. But I listened to Steve. It's the very first time I listened to a YouTuber, Steve. Yeah. Even though I've been way, I knew a little bit more, but it was just interesting for me because he had a missus, everything, and it was interesting for me. That's why I started listening to all these cunts. But he was the first person, the very, very first person I can remember when I listened. The first person. I found him interesting. I knew the places he went, but I wasn't a professional, obviously. And
hey, Steve, you do know I'm masturbating.
Yeah. But in general, it was just about Thailand, and
bit more, Trev, just a bit more.
Even though I've been there, but
I'll tell you the truth, Trev. He used to follow me around because everywhere he went, I'd already fucking been there. And that's the truth.
But it's always good.
You ask people who's their favourite vloggers and shit, you all come up with the same fucking answer, or virtually. And some added a few new ones in there, but geez, it was exactly the fucking same. And I love the way you mentioned that people give it just fucking so boring and
I lived in Thailand a long time before you. I don't know how you live, but like before, like your vlogs, and I still was very, very interested. Very, very interested.
Yeah. It was good days.
It was like a thing that, I've been there. I did this. I've done the border thing, the same as you when the girl was trying to organize shit. It was the same, I was sitting on my ass. I was sitting down having a beer when I was trying to go on that crazy border in Cambodia. I'd done it all too, and it was it was like a good feeling just to fucking look at her, man. Like saying, I did this too. The usual shit, you know, nothing like special, you know, but it was like funny for me too. It was like,
Trev, I was pretty lucky. I mean, Mal was brilliant to work with, and she spoke very good English. You know.
Yeah, but
So that was a
for
real bonus.
Steve, when like every woman, like 2-3 women I met, like in general, like who loved me a lot, they took care of me, like took care of me everything. You know, there's not one thing, and they didn't ask for anything. You know, they love me, so they take care of my meal, they take care of fucking everything. Like I'm like a baby. You understand? That's why I understand you. That's it. Nothing like big, but that's the way it is. You know, and like if somebody likes you, loves you, they will do everything for you here in this country.
That's
for
all,
sure.
So I had a pretty good missus, Jazzy, and I didn't go to the fucking bars or, you know, I'd go down and meet Kevin and shit like that. I think I went to that, what do they call it, that windmill one time. Just didn't do anything for me. That's because I had a great missus, you know. So you get over to Thailand, and if you get a good partner, you're fucking set for life, really. I think.
100%.
Anyway.
Even if it doesn't matter. They will love you 100%. They will. You know what the thing is? We'll love you so much, man. Like
not as much as your. No, hey, hang on, Jazzy. Not as much as your wallet, though.
I'm not. No. You know, I will tell you a story. Okay.
Maybe you shouldn't.
I will tell you. No, actually.
Your microphone's terrible, Jazz. You're breaking up.
My microphone is perfect.
It's all right. No, stay there. Don't move. Talk.
You know, okay. Never mind.
It's breaking up bad, man. It's breaking up bad, Jazz.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Are you very sure?
Yeah. Watch the replay. You'll see it.
Yeah. Sorry, my microphone breaking up.
I can't understand it. Anyway. Yeah.
Excuse me, Mark.
No,
is it really breaking up? Are you trying to stop me?
No, not being a smart ass. It is breaking up, mate. Everybody's got their microphones turned off. They go back and back me up.
Yui, is my microphone breaking up?
Stephen is right.
Breaking up big time.
What's happening? It's just at the end. It's almost like it lets you speak 70% of what you're saying and cuts off the last bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now. Excuse me, man. I can hear you now.
Well, that's all right. It's not as good as I, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. Oh, Jesus.
Sounds like a broken wire or something.
It's a bit of dust in there.
It sounds like
dust in his
jack. The wire is. Sounds like the wire is broken.
No, if you get a bit of dust on your jack, Yui, it'll do that. You got to put a cotton bud in there and clean it out. Very gently, of course. Yeah, well. All right, gentlemen, I might take off. Johnny, thanks for having us on. See you later, Steve, Yui, and Jazzy. It's getting ready. It's 3 a.m. here. All right, cheers, guys. Bye.
Chuck D.
How do you end it? Boom, boom,
Good night,
boom.
sir.
Hang on, I've got to do the on. You're going to do an encore or not?
Back to normal now.
Well, at least it worked, Jazzy. I don't know. Oh,
yeah, I took
the mic is on. No, it worked. You got rid of Stephen. Good work. I'm joking, Stephen. Come back, sir.
I took out the earplugs.
All right. Yeah, you're perfect now.
Dodgy. Sorry.
Super loud and clear.
Cheers.
Of course, now we've lost our train of thought. What were we talking about?
Let me, you Southeast Asian travelers, ask you a question. Would you watch some streamer in London or in Dublin or in whatever, in Manchester as well?
Absolutely.
For me, I don't get it. If you freaking live there or have been living there for years, why you got to watch some streamer if you know almost everything anyway?
No, I only watch streamer from Southeast Asia or some. No. Maybe excuse me. I only watch streamer that what country I'm interested in. If I'm not interested in country, I don't watch. So I can interest in any country as long as it's in general.
No, it's a good question. Why do I watch? Why do I know all these Thai live streamers?
It's algorithm.
I think it comes down to. I think it's back to. I like
algorithm.
to watch them and think you're doing it wrong.
Algorithm.
I think I know more than most of them, and I get a certain satisfaction from watching them trying to give me advice, and I think probably Trevor gets the same here, and I would imagine Stephen and Johnny as well. A bit of me thinks you're an idiot, and it amuses me. But maybe that's my poor character. I like seeing people get it wrong.
I personally think the same in general, because when you live, like Steve lives here, I live here a long time. We know the Thai culture, everything about it. And then when you have a person like the algorithm pops up, obviously. So when you have a person saying about the same thing over many years, saying about the same place, same area, or different area in Thailand, it becomes a little bit boring. But sometimes some person can pop up that are very interesting, but it depends on the channel. And that's what I think anyway.
Why do you think it is, Uwe? Why are we watching videos about our own city? It's a bit. It is actually a bit weird, really, isn't it? We should be watching videos about other countries. Go on.
I would understand it for somebody who is maybe interesting living there or who is new there. But if you're living there for whatever, 10, 15, 20 years, or been there for so long time.
But Uwe, you have to understand in another way. When we live here, just as Steve lives here, I live here. The algorithm is going to come up and Thai. Everything is going to be Thai stories, like Thai bloggers. It doesn't matter if you don't subscribe or not. It's always going to be. That's
very true.
It's always the algorithm is the most important thing. Like for instance, Uwe, I will tell you a story. Okay, I like the global, the real global. I came on before Steve. The algorithm put me on this. I didn't just come on. It just the algorithm. I see one night I had a few jars down me, and I said, "Oh, this channel," and I introduced myself, and that's it. It was the algorithm. They know because it's you're looking up everything Thai. It doesn't matter if it's shopping, cooking. The algorithm always pops up the stuff that you're kind of interested in. Obviously, it's like a machine. And that's the way I got it anyway. And I've only been on line not too long before Perrin, I think. Maybe Perrin's been on maybe a couple of months before me, but not too much. I think we. No,
I think you beat. I think you beat me. I don't know, but it was. Let's face it. Either way, it was only about a month in it. But it's a really good question, Uwe. I don't know why we watch it. there are occasions where I get information from it and I think, oh, that's interesting. I've never seen that place or whatever. But most of the time, I'm sort of, I'm going to be honest, there's a bit of smugness comes out of me. I think, no, you're wrong. Don't do this. You should have done that. I'm just going to sit here and wait until it goes wrong. So it shows my bad character, I'm afraid, Juve. I'm sort of watching to prove myself right, I guess.
You're wrong in yes, you're wrong in a way, but it's addictive. It's addictive. The YouTube is very, very addictive, and that's it. It's about a story. It's about like watching Coronation Street or EastEnders. You always want to know what's happening, and that's it. If there's nothing, you don't. There's no lies about it. There's no. It's very addictive. It's probably worse addictive than anything else. Actually, it's like a story. You know, you watch Coronation Street, like. You know, when I went home, Steve, I for 3 months, I started my missus watched my mom watches all of them. You know, so I got addicted back again. You know, and I had no interest whatsoever, 0%.
What you're talking about? Coronation Street or
EastEnders, Coronation Street, Fair City, the whole works, and I got into it straight away, even though I wasn't even watching it, but I just got into it straight away.
Yeah,
I didn't
I can
follow the
believe
story.
that. I can believe that.
That's the story with YouTube. There's always a story with all the connections with YouTube. It doesn't matter if you're in the American, if it joins up and there's a connection, like, oh, you have a friend. It's always going to be like this, and that's my cup of tea about it. But maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I believe.
No, I think you're 100% right. 100% right.
And there's always a connection, you know, even if there's one channel that doesn't have a connection, there will always be one person who have a connection who can put it through again. And it's all a shit show. And that's it. That's what it is.
I'll tell you a story. I watched one bloke on YouTube. And he showed me a bit of Thailand that I hadn't seen. And I thought, that's a challenge. I'm going to do that. And I went up to Bungan and climbed up Phu Top. And you know, did the mountain. Went around a few places up there. Because I'd seen it. I actually met the bloke. He's ended up being a bloody good friend of mine. But the whole thing about it is I wouldn't have known that really existed. And it was something that tickled my fancy. So I travelled from the Kunsa one up to Bungan. Buses, public transport, stuff like that, and come back the longer way around, Udon Thani, all those kind of places. And threw out a challenge to another bloke. Well, hang on, here's an old bloke with a fucked foot who's gone and done that. Well, you go and do it. And it's, you know, over the years it's been a bit of fun, but I do stuff like that, and I research my trips of what the wonders of nature are. I'm not interested in bar girls at patio or any of that. I'm interested in the wonders of nature, and if there's something that is challenging, I like to be challenged, so I go and do it. YouTube is not a fixation like you had made the mention to your crappy, pommy, fucking shit shows, which you'd have to be half brain dead to watch. Realistically, it's an insult to a person's intelligence. We're really getting out into the real countryside, and yeah, somebody else has done it before, but that exploration to to when you're on a 2 boards wide on a little scaffoldy thing walking around a fucking mountain, and you can go out and see the Mekong River and then Laos over there, and you know, you're bloody near 2 kilometres in the air. That's exhilarating.
Johnny, did you ever fuck in the woods? You know, like freestyle. Have an old fuck in the woods, no?
Say again, Trish.
You know, did you ever have a fuck in the woods? You know, open style. You know, like, you know, some people like the crack. You know, with their loved one. Did you ever have it in the open, in the nature?
I preferred the public areas where you had the percentage of getting caught. How's that grab you, Trip?
Yeah.
Johnny, can I answer your? I think you're absolutely right about living a more exciting life and what have you. And this is sort of connected, but not really. We're talking about bloggers earlier on and whatever. I hate it when people say, "Oh, you're not living in a real Thailand."
I used to say
all of Thailand is bloody real.
I know that. But why I used to use that statement to some people that I used to talk to, because they were putting up shit about patio, bar girls, fucking, you know, beach road, all that kind of shit. And I said, well, you're not living in real fucking Thailand, mate. You've got no idea.
Yeah.
Go down to Trump.
What I would say that Jazza is, although he's just on the outskirts of Bangkok, or a suburb connected to Bangkok, and they're living in just as real a Thailand as anybody else. I'm an hour or so away. Go on.
Steve Byrne, I don't live in the real Thailand. The real Thailand for me is like the countryside. I don't live in the countryside, but
why?
It's
why?
Well, my point of view,
I don't get that at all.
My point of view from the real Thailand is like Isan or somewhere, like the real countryside. Like I live in the suburbs of the city, and it's not really the real Thailand because they have McDonald's, they have everything here, you know. So it's very accessible, you know.
There's McDonald's I mean, I've done quite a bit of traveling. There's McDonald's. I mean, I think mine is one of the few cities that doesn't have a McDonald's. You've got KFC,
yeah, but
you've got Pizza Hut or whatever.
No. But I'm talking about
most cities in Thailand are just as they are in England or probably Australia. They're almost bloody identical.
No, but
you've got the same bloody place, same shopping malls, same Tesco's, same everything.
Yeah, but that's the city,
isn't
brother.
a real
I'm
Thailand
talking about. I understand, but I'm talking about outside the city. Like I'm talking about the real Thailand, like in the countryside, you know, like with no stop. Yeah, I'm not talking about.
They still travel into the city. They still travel to the city, which is 15, 20 kilometres away, to go to the market, to go to the KFC, to go to the Tesco. I think it's all the same. I think it's wrong to judge anybody on what they're going to do.
No.
But all you ever see is Pattaya. Okay, I can understand if you've only ever been to Pattaya. But everywhere else, they're all the bloody same.
But
you can travel for hundreds of miles in Thailand, and every city you come to is exactly the same as the last one you pass through. 10 miles down the road.
But
I disagree. I really disagree.
No, I disagree too. But the real Thailand for me, like, you know, like Pattalung area, the south, they don't have like McDonald's. They don't, like, maybe like 20, 30, 40, 50 kilometers away. But the real Thailand is, for me, when I first came, okay, for instance, I was a young lad. I was a handsome lad, the usual shit, you know, blah, blah, blah. I traveled the whole country. I've traveled all of Thailand on my own, in a train, on the train. hop on, hop off, because I wanted to see the real Thailand, and I've seen all of it. And I stay with families. I put a bag. Sometimes I stay with like 3 or 4 families, like in each time in different areas. And I had a 50-kilo bag on my back for like a week, every day. And every day stop, we get a whiskey and we have food and we like cheers with each other. But that's the real Thailand for me. Like I'm not talking about the cities. I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about the real countryside and not leave the countryside. That's what I mean.
Can I add something to my question?
Yeah.
What you just said is it's on one side I would say it's maybe amazing, because I
did it for 6 months.
When I was the first time in Eastern Europe, let's face it, when I was first time in Riga, in Vilnius, in Kaunas, whatever, that's 15 years ago, and I figured out that all the cities there are the same as here. They look the same. They have the freaking shopping malls. They have the shopping streets and stuff like that.
It's Americanized, yeah.
And for me, that it's just the mirror of what happens worldwide now, because the fucking Americans overtake everything. The big corporations like McDonald's, whatsoever, the big shoppings and all that shit. All this lifestyle gets all over the world. And I don't think it is for every country the best thing.
But Steve, you know, when you talk about the McDonald's and all, that's a city in a city, if you know what I mean. Like just like any majors, like East End, like they have fucking big cities. But I'm talking about like when you get outside, like maybe 30 kilometers outside in the village area, the normal area, like the real life Thai area. I did it for maybe 6 months. I've traveled on, I was single and I traveled the whole fucking country on my own. You know, I got trains everywhere. I stopped off. I didn't even, I never knew what even like city I was in sometimes. I just stopped off. And Thai families used to be nice to me, everything, man. And, you know, I went from the Pattaya life. Oh, man, I loved everything, you know, but I went from A to B to C, D. I just want, this is when I was single and when I was first time experience in Thailand in 2009. And I liked everything. Like I liked the Thai style because I wanted to experience everything because I'm a traveler in my heart. So sometimes I used to like, sometimes I used to work with bags of rice to people like, you know, like fucking from different provinces. And they used to like fucking teach me many things, you know, so it was always good for me. So I didn't give a fuck. I done my party thing. I done everything, you know, I done all the Thai life, you know, and it was good for me. It was so amazing. And that's why I done every country and it's good, you know.
And there's
it's
another
hard to
thing.
explain something.
Somebody mentioned here a couple of days ago. I think it was on here. I don't know if it's on this channel, but I think it was.
It's okay.
And somebody
no
said that with all this freaking fast food shit coming to Southeast Asia, the people are not thinny anymore like they used to be. You know, they're getting fat and all that shit. So
you're right.
I agree with that.
At the end of the day, let's face it. They make every freaking country what possible addictive to all that shit, to make that to that food and all that crap, to the freaking commercial and all that shit. You know, that's the fucking agenda. That's not going on for probably 100 years or more.
But I experienced.
Excuse me,
Uwe, can I tell you one thing? I experienced it myself. I live in Thailand like 14 years.
Shut the fuck up for a minute. Thank you, Trevor. I'd just like to say good night, gentlemen. I'm going to head off. Good talking to you. play fair, and I'll catch us later.
Well,
Sorry,
no,
mate.
if you're going, close it down, mate, because I'm about ready to go. I'm on my last legs.
Well, you can do that. You can do that.
No, I haven't got buttons or anything yet, but I'm going to go. And let's call it a night. It's been fun. It's been great.
All right, we'll do that.
And we're I'm away most of tomorrow, but perhaps catch up tomorrow night. Be great.
No worries. All
Okay.
right.
Trevor, Uwe, Johnny, it's been great. And to everybody in the chat, it's been lovely. See you all next time. Good night.
All right. Good night, everybody.
See you later.